Hi, I'm Chris. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Fracture. I'll be your Dungeon Master tonight. Fracture is an experiment for us, our first long-running campaign. 5 new adventurers are flung into a strange new world, lost in the plains, and I can't wait to share all of the strange new things they discover with you. This is our first long-running campaign, so if you're looking for recaps of what's already happened, there should be a link in chat now to our YouTube channel, where there will be a full recap playlist. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here is playing fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. They all have their own unique characters with character sheets that tell them who they are, what they can do. They mostly roll 20-sided dice to see how well they do things, with 20s being good and 1s being hilariously bad. But otherwise, we are improvising, telling stories with each other, and we hope you'll join us for the ride. When they play all their characters, I play the rest of the world, so I'll be playing every single person they encounter, all of the strange things that we've built into this strange new world that Fracture has to offer. Before we get too deeply stuck in, please meet all of our players, and let's have a word from our sponsors as well.
Hi, I'm Emma. I use the pronouns Em or Emma, and I'm playing Astariel. He goes by Astor or Astel and uses any pronoun. Astel is a bit of a chaotic wizard. He's not very good at studying. He doesn't like it. He likes a lion. And we're going to see how well he copes with the events of Fracture.
Hi, my name is Tom. I use he, him pronouns, as does, Wisdom Din. What about me? I'm 5 foot. Some people call me the tiny tiefling because of that. I like studying medicine. My mum's a medic. So I wasn't always a tiefling. There is a family curse on my head and a voice in the sword that I have with me at all times. But I'm going to go to school to learn how to get rid of that, so everything's going to be fine. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ed. I will be playing Vuk Kronogorak, who is a Loxodon cleric of nature, uses he, him pronouns, is the first of his tribe to come to Stonywing Hall to attempt to become the mightiest cleric that the world has ever seen. He is a mighty arrangement with a mighty mace and a skin of slate, worships Sylvanus and with violet eyes.
Hi, I'm Lola, pronouns they, them, and I am playing Atlas, wise young Thembo of the woods, the Greenwood Grove to be exact.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Cleo, who also uses she, her pronouns. Cleo is an Earth Genasi monk. She's rather shy and not particularly good at talking to people, and she's just left home for the first time, equipped with a giant warhammer and the blessing of her adoring family, obviously, to go off and see if she can have a few adventures.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and exclamation point characters in Twitch chat below.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be roughly a 5 to 10 minute break somewhere towards the middle. We run shows on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Britain, and 2 a.m. Tuesday mornings in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays, we run TTRPG streams. These can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or even 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule. On Tuesdays, we have our ongoing campaign, Fracture. And on Fridays, we have our talk show, Talk Together, and Talking is a Free Action, which lasts for 1 hour.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or $1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we do acknowledge that it might happen. We have a company policy in place for correction, but please feel free to let us know if you think one has been missed. We play safe games at safe tables. !safety in chat will show you what we do, the TTRPG safety toolkit, as well as content warnings if you're looking to avoid certain topics. Grand. Right, here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fracture. Hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in the world. We are in the middle of some tumultuous combat. TikTok, it's combat o'clock. That's where we're at.
Nervous making, very, very nervous making.
So just a quick reminder of where we're up to in case you are coming into this a bit fresh. The party have left the sink and are now on an airship, a skyship, a ship called the Oryctes, and that's a kind of beetle. And the Oryctes is currently trying to make its way through the territory, which is controlled by the Terror. There's a pun in there, I apologise. But anyway, yes, they are...
silent T, Chris, you can't pronounce it.
Silent P?
Yeah.
Yeah. Terror. Anyway, the Terror are a group of space pirates made up of people with wings, people who can fly, people who can naturally fly, and, as I put it, nutters in suits. So there's a little bit of that going on as well, and to try and avoid the Terror while flying through the territory, the crew of the Oryctes, that's the Captain Antares, the Proclaimer Hapset, and Deathbringer Briff. Those are their titles, I don't tend to use them all the time. But, yes, they decided to try and glide through where the pilot, a ghost called Karena would writes idea down for later. Where the pilot Karena was going to try and glide through the area to try and draw less attention. However, it did not work, and now they are under attack by the Terror. And so far, they seem to be defending themselves on the top deck of the ship, which is above the sort of balloon. It's a balloon, but it's sort of welded in place and lots of rivulets and things, which appears to be keeping the airship up. They're fighting on top of that on a sort of wooden platform at the size and shape of a basketball court, if that helps you. And at this point in time, one of the Terror, a bird person, was about to chuck a fireball.
Yes.
Chuck a fireball. So let's dive straight back in there. We're still in initiative, and we still keep the initiative count we had from last week. So this caster is drawing the motes of fire into their hand, and she's about to hurl it down at the deck. Now, you do note, those of you that are looking up and watching this, that she does have a sort of moment's hesitation of, probably shouldn't hit my allies, and especially not the scary pterodactyl person. And looking around is going to try and find a place to place this ball of fire that will not severely damage their allies.
How about just overboard? In the middle of open sky.
That's a great way to make it just. But don't hurt. There we are. It's gone now. That's all good.
Well, yeah. Well, of course, I didn't hit you.
You can't be mad at me this time, guys. I didn't hit you.
Completely, yeah.
Correct me if I am wrong. Cleo just absolutely annihilated one of the Terror, an insectoid one, by smashing it into the deck with a hammer.
I feel like if I agree with you, I'm agreeing that I am a target. So, no comment?
Okay. That's a yes. Astel is also off to one side, so as to avoid people getting hit by glow.
I haven't done anything yet.
Oh. You must have done. You've had a turn in combat.
I think I cast Chill Touch and missed.
Okay, well, there we go. Right, so Astel is also off to one side to a certain extent. There is a fracas with two of the insectoid ones, Uslam and Vuk, I believe, as well as the pterodactyl-looking one that moved across after breathing a strength-draining breath on Etelus. So Etelus, Cleo, and Astel are sort of off to one side, whereas there is a sort of clump of allies that she won't want to hit. Mm-hmm. Now, fireballs have a 20-foot radius, or a 40-foot diameter, which is pretty big. So I reckon from this height, if we sort of assume that you're in corners, because we're not doing this on maps, then I think she would be able to hit two of you, either Astel, Cleo, or Etelus, some combination of the two. So to make it fair, what I will do is roll a dice and see who doesn't get hit. Is everyone okay with this?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
As Astel still yells, I haven't done anything. I don't know these people. This is weird.
I shouldn't even be here today.
Also, my cat is innocent.
I was just on a school trip.
All right, the way I have rolled it, and with where everyone is on the screen, the person who is avoiding the blast is Cleo.
What? Cleo has the
It's the most threatening. This caster is stupid.
Astral screams as the fire comes down.
Self-preservating thing.
I guess I'll avenge you.
So, Astel and Etelus, I need a dexterity saving throw, if you would please.
Okay.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Please keep
17?
repeating the mantra.
17.
Is
All right, that's half damage.
okay. Good. I might survive that.
Lola's 16.
16. Also just enough? You're fine?
Okay.
You're level 3! I think DC's not going to be that high. Oh, come on. Right, fine. Stop shouting, Chris. There we go.
Babies. Little babies.
14 points of fire damage to both of you as a fireball.
I am going to cast Absorb Elements.
Please do.
Nice.
Good. Halves it
good
again.
shout.
It halves it again. Do you want to describe how you absorb fire into yourself?
In the same way that when I press digitate, I sort of suck all the dirt off and put it on the floor. I'm just going to suck half the fire energy out and just sort of hold it.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, I'm fine with that. It has to apply on a melee attack if you want to use
What? You can't use it on a spell?
it. Yeah,
Oh, melee attack. God damn it.
it's all right. You've got a dagger.
Save me 7 hit points.
That's the good one.
I don't want this.
What you do it just and it just hits the deck. The explosion will rack the deck of the ship, and I have to roll some stuff.
So, Etelus is looking very charged.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh dear. Still hot though. Don't know how he does it.
Walking through the flames.
Oh, god damn.
Now has a really cool haircut. It's burnt back.
Just like that smudge of ash down one cheek.
Yeah. You can all see as that. Here first, there's this explosion that rocks the ship, and then you will all hear a faint, and then a gout of flame will pour out of the front of the ship where there's clearly a puncture.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Cleo,
That's not good.
Hello.
it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Can I remember how to play Cleo? Right, so this caster has just chucked a fireball.
Correct.
There's the pterodactyl-looking one who has just beat Uslam to a pulp.
Yeah.
Is there any way I could get both of them in either a 30-foot line or a 20-foot cone? I'm happy to move. I quite like to move into melee with one of them anyway.
A 30-foot. Okay, hang on. Say it again. A 30-foot line to get the one that just threw a fireball, or the pterodactyl one?
If I move into melee with whichever one is closest,
The one throwing the fireball is flying way up, like good 30 feet up.
Okay, but the one who's beaten Uslam, are they within... Do I have 30 or 40 feet at the moment? Are they within 40 feet of me?
You can reach them, and because there are two of their allies around, I would say you could situate yourself so you can hit them in a line with an ally if you wanted to.
I'll do that.
Cool.
Cracking. In that case, I don't think I've done this yet. It's very exciting. I would like to... take my attack action. So, as the first of my 2 attacks, I would like to use an exhalation of draconic energy, please, in either a 20-foot cone or a 30-foot line, whichever one is going to hit them. It's 5 foot wide.
The line means you'll hit the both of them and not hit your allies. So you'll hit one of the insectoid ones and definitely not Ridley from...
No, I do. I will do the line.
Okay. As you do this, what does it look like, and what do your allies see? What's the vibe here?
So, Cleo, I know we've had lots of jokes about her being made of metal, but she has still got that really strong Disney princess vibe. She is, slight and just gentle, gold and silver gleam, and generally quite annoyingly fragile and princessy looking. And I think... She has this way of moving that is also quite, light and princessy and skippy down towards them. And then we'll get there, raise her hammer, and then kind of without processing it, just completely instinctively, will just snarl and a gout of... I choose the damage type. They threw fire. I don't like that. A gout of fire is just going to emerge from her mouth. And
she will follow that up with a swing of her hammer. And it's just, completely not thought out at all.
That's a hell of an image, though.
There's no draconicness to it, though. It's literally just a person who breathes out fire.
I think Cleo doesn't know. I imagine that very possibly she suddenly gets a bit of a jaw and a bit of fangs, and maybe there's slightly like slitted eyes of a dragon. But I don't think Cleo would be aware of that at all.
I have this sudden vision of like in those old vampire movies where everyone was like really gorgeous, really pretty, and then suddenly the entire jaw unhinges and everything else. But...
Yeah, I was going to say she dislocates her jaw, but I just finished playing Eldith, who has a whole dislocated jaw thing going on, and I don't want people to worry about me. So
dainty dragon breath.
All right. Are you trying? You say you don't know you're doing this. So you're not trying to hide it in any way.
No, not at all. She is going to do 2 attacks like she has been learning to do, and then this just happens.
Which means you will see this. It's up to you what you do with that. Cool. Dex saves.
Yes, please. Oh, it's a really low. Level 3. It's only a DC 14.
Oh, well. The big pterodactyl one rolled a nat 20 because it's my day.
Oh.
And the little one rolls a 12. So
okay, it's only 2d4 damage, so it's not the most strategically best thing I've ever done, but it's cool, and I wanted to play with it.
Absolutely.
So it's 5 for the one who failed and 2 for the one who succeeded.
Cool. The pterodactyl one will take the gout of flame sort of on the shoulder and will turn to look at you and just grin like, yeah. Like it's a definite look of like, great. And then you bat him with the hammer.
In his face, please.
Oh, yeah.
And right in that
in his smug
gritty
face.
Yes.
Smug face, exactly.
Oh, my muzzle.
Oh, no. If you hit him hard, he's going to like that even more. Not like that. No, just likes to fight.
I am never one to hit someone's young, but... I have a +7 to hit because I'm a monk.
Right.
That...
Oh.
My dice are back. That is a nat 20, please.
Oh.
Nice.
You do,
right?
And hang on, I do something special on a nat 20. Because I have my dragon's
in a
wrath
radius. Yeah, there's a radius, so you can affect lots of different creatures with it, I think.
Yes, each creature of my choice within 5 feet of the target takes 5 damage.
Do you want to hit the one that was behind that you hit with the line?
Yeah, why not?
I would say that all of because it's a Fracas melee, and you're not going to hit Vuk and Uslan, presumably. I mean, I don't want to make any assumptions here.
I'm getting tempted, but no.
Then you can hit the other 2 as well. So the one you hit with the line and the other one as well.
Beautiful. So they each take 5. Well, it is. Oh yes, because it's an earth dragon, right? It's whatever the dragon who gave it to me's breath weapon is, and I don't know that because you haven't told.
Bludgeoning.
It is that. Okay.
It is just percussive force.
Nice. So
5 off of those.
Is a 1d10. Well, 2d10 because it was a nat 20. That is 13 plus. Oh, it was only 1 hit, so 18 points of damage.
How would you like to hit this smiling, draconic-looking, pterodactyl-looking creature that looks like it's having the time of its life right now?
In his smug face.
Do you want to crack the jaw? Do you want to knock out a few teeth?
I'd like it to be as, I don't know, relative height, but as direct into the face as possible, like trying to smash the front into the back of the face.
Oh, okay. They are built of sterner stuff than that, so you won't like... But what you will do is crack their head back with a lot of force, and their entire head will just crack back. A couple of fangs go spinning. And
good, I want to take out a tooth. This is good.
Whip their head around, looking at you, and just... like they're clearly like, great.
Now's the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. Okay, that was only my action and movement. Sorry, I'm just going to see if there's something I want to do with my bonus action more than cast Flurry of Blows. I think I probably want to... You cannot cast. Come on, Rebecca. I think I want to use Flurry of Blows, please. So please, can I hit them twice more?
You can certainly try.
One of those was a 2 on the dice, so that is a 9 to hit. I'm assuming that misses.
Is it a fist? Is it a foot? Is it a knee?
I want to keep going for his face, please.
Okay, so are you using the butt of the hammer? Like, what are the unarmed strikes?
Oh, sorry. I am being really slow today. I cannot use my hammer for the flurry of blows, can I? I've got to use my unarmed strikes.
We have said that you can use your hammer, but the damage is your unarmed strikes, because...
Got it. Yes, I will be using the butt. I think I've taken a tooth out, seeing the gap. I want to get the butt of the hammer into his teeth. He's got a stupid smug grin, and I hate it. Nice. Try and smash his teeth up.
Well, with that 9, the butt of the hammer goes towards the face and just grabs it and pulls it to one side, not having it.
Okay.
What was the second roll? Another nat 20?
Yep.
Unbelievable.
I'm really sorry.
Don't apologise. That's amazing.
As he grabs it and moves it to one side, that also opens up his entire half, which you have to use a foot or a hand, but you just like maybe an elbow into the side of the chin or something like that.
Amazing.
Gorgeous. And my unarmed strike is, even though I'm a monk, yes, I'm a monk, so it's a D4 rather than your bog standard rubbish modifier. I get to roll 2 instead of 1. That is a 1 on the dice, but that is a 4 on the dice, so 5 plus 5, 10 more points of damage, please.
Nice.
Crunch.
I think Cleo's doing all the work.
This is fine. It's working very well, I think.
4 plus 5?
2d4.
Can't be 10.
2d4.
It was 2d4 because I got a nat 20.
Oh, of course. Sorry.
I have a 1 and a 4.
Miles away.
And then a +4.
Good. There's a crunch into this side of the head as well as you sort of move the head back as well. And he's looking a little bit worse for wear now. You have certainly done significant damage to him, but the smile's starting to falter a little bit.
I would like to match that by smiling so sweetly back.
Okay. Asta, it's your turn.
Oh, good. What is the maximum number of things I can get in a 30-foot cone?
Do you want to go for the one flying overhead, or do you want to
I
go...
want the maximum number of things.
Right, there's 3 of them that have Cleo and Uslam and Vuk mixed amongst them in this fracas.
Yeah, because Etelus can shoot the flying one.
Well, presumably, yes.
Yeah.
Rude.
In which case, I'm gonna just...
Can you shield the evocation from 3 characters?
Yes.
Great.
Because it's the level of the spell +1.
Yeah.
I'm going to shake off the fire because I don't need that anymore.
Just drop it to the floor, it singes the deck slightly as it rolls away.
Think about it. And I'm going to hold my hands out and a blast of blizzard air comes out. I'm going to cast Rime's Binding Ice.
Isn't Rime's Binding Ice the one where you run around and freeze things?
Nope.
Cool.
They need to make a con save.
Con saves. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that, that's a 19 total for the big one.
Ugh.
But the little ones, much worse. Con mod. That's a 16 and a 13.
Well, the 16 passes.
Okay.
So full damage is 10, half damage is 5, and the one who failed is hindered by ice damage, so it can't move.
If you are okay with it, I will say that the 10 went to the one that has taken the most damage from Cleo's assault. So that one freezes, and it does freeze up into place. It is now deceased and frozen in ice on the side of the ship. The other, the big one and the other one are both rimed in ice. There we go. But don't seem that badly affected by it yet.
I think that's it. I don't think I have any non-spell bonus actions.
Okay.
I do not.
Do you want to stay far away from everybody?
I can do an extra 2 radiant damage. I'll do the extra 2 radiant damage to the smug one.
Okay.
Doesn't absorb elements let you turn that damage
Only
around?
on a melee attack.
Only on a melee attack.
Oh.
This is why he just threw it on the deck. It was done.
Enough.
Right. The pterodactyl-looking one, the ice has sort of frozen over part of them and they've shaken it off, but you can see parts of their skin have peeled off with it, and the radiant starts to sort of glow inside them, and they're starting to look more pained than happy now. This has clearly not gone as well as it could have done.
Okay. Is there somewhere I can go stand where I'd be within 10 feet of something that's not an ally?
Okay. I would say that you could move towards the melee and skirt around the edge of it to catch the insectoid one that's with the pterodactyl one and not catch any of your friends. So right on the edge of your glowiness.
Fine. Yeah, I'll do that. because that will also take 2 damage.
In which case, that one after the ice and everything else, and suddenly just like starts taking radiant damage and starts to like sizzle and shriek. It's dying, but it just in terms of like game, it's going to fly off, just like zip out of the way, and clearly very unhappy with the situation.
Nice.
Cool. Islam, you currently have 1 hit point.
Right, getting up, like bloodshot eye, and like, all right, okay. Just point at the pterodactyl and like, you. From hell's heart, I stab at thee.
Nice.
And as I do, just fire drifts out of my finger. That's my Hexblade's curse.
The pterodactyl one will just been like hammered and was behind. You'll just hear them faintly go, "Ow!" What? Like they don't even know that you're there. Really, it's more of a
Shut up! You're still not coming to my birthday party. Oh, no, I've definitely got brain damage. Right. Again, like through a useless eye. It's just the other insects are gone, so it's just the pterodactyl.
Yeah, just pterodactyl left in terms of the melee characters now. Yeah.
Cool. And there's one flying?
There are a lot of flying ones throwing various projectiles at you, but yes, there's one caster that is relatively close and clearly quite a bit of a threat.
How far away is the caster?
About 30 feet.
Like 30 feet, okay. I won't flame bade. I will just take a slash. Mm-hmm. Pardon me. Look, I'm taking brain damage. I can't control.
I will remind you there's a gout of flame sort of pouring out the side of the ship at the moment as well.
Yes. Again, like, I think I'll just also go, if anyone's got mending, ship going down.
It takes ages. It's not quick.
Yeah.
Again, like trying to look at you with my one working eye. I'm like, I don't want to die. I slash out at the pterodactyl. Mm-hmm. Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
Ow. Oh no, I sprained that. Hold on. Let's keep going. Yeah.
Wow.
That's not what a sprain means, Uslam.
No, again, look at you. Like, yeah, it's broken.
As you slash, you're going to overextend and stumble forward. It is his turn next, and he's a vicious
Cleo is right there.
The vicious motherfucker.
Cleo is smiling at him and has done a whole load of damage.
As you slash forward and overextend, he will slam his large clawed foot up and then down on top of you, crushing you into the deck if this hits. He's not huge. He's got very long bendy legs. Like a grasshopper.
I'm going to kill him.
I'll knock him unconscious, certainly, if I hit. Oh boy, does a 25 hit you?
Sure does.
Ooh.
How many hit points do you have total, Tom?
7 points of damage.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm just like, well, killed with a sword to the heart, and now this. Fair enough. Crack. Down he goes.
You are crunched into the deck by this foot, and as the pterodactyl one does this, it will turn and swipe at Cleo as well. Quite annoyed at this whole thing. Cleo does a 25 again, hit you.
It does.
25 again. Wow.
Yeah, rolling really well. Ooh, max damage, 14 damage as a claw scratches across you. Now, he's very badly hurt.
I would like to snarl back at him.
Yeah. Not quite the full Boromir shriek yet, but...
I twitch.
Flop. Flop. No, I think he's going to stay there, and it's going to sort of round and like both claws out, and it's going to like lift off Ustam's body, and Ustam's body starts slowly like slide towards the end of the ship.
Aiming for the stairs.
There's stuff around the edge here. This is not like, oh god, Ustam's about to fall.
Okay.
Yes, he's standing there looking at Cleo, and clearly wants you to be upset that he just nearly just hurt your friend very badly, but you know. Etelus, this is all happening in front of you. There's also someone flying around being very annoying. And you have, what, 3 hit points?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. This is all going so well.
Focus on Etelus now.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't mean to press that twice. Okay. Instead of shooting at the one in the sky.
Shoot the one in the sky!
I've got this one. I've got this. It's gonna be fine.
We had this last time. Shoot the one in the sky!
Okay.
As your best friend just collides into a rock. And just
I turn to point my bow at the one that just kicked them down, and then if you're all shouting at me, I go, oh, okay.
It's more of a they can't punch that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna train the bow at it and say... Sorry?
The bird person flying in the air.
Yes, the bird person, and go, that was very uncomfortable. Still slightly burning, like a little bit of chariot going on. And I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark at it.
Great.
And then I'm going to shoot at it.
What's the visual for your Hunter's Mark? What does it look like?
Sounds good.
Think of it as kind of this almost phantom vines, like coming off the bow, spiraling around, and then kind of wrapping around this person and sinking into them. And that is a 25 to hit with that arrow.
Yeah. That. So is the visual you like aim, the vines come out, and then you go yup and fire straight down the vines into it? That's hot.
Yes.
Dig it.
Yes,
Cool.
very much so. So that's very much like, that was very rude. Very painful.
Very rude.
It didn't roll very well.
They already took some damage from someone. Don't know why.
But that is it's 12 points in 12 points in total, including the Hunter's Mark damage.
They shriek as you hit them, and they're going to start like falling out of the sky. That was a heavy hit on them. They're not out, but they are falling back because the ship is still gliding at quite a speed on fire down through all of these islands. So there's a certain amount of keeping pace going on, and they're struggling to do that after that heavy hit.
Do they have to roll for their concentration? The fairy fire?
Oh, the fairy fire.
Maybe I should have just... Oh, okay.
I totally forgot the cost fairy fire. Doesn't make any difference to anything that's happened so far, so we're good.
Okay.
Let me roll a con save for them. Oh yeah, the fairy fire's gone. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
So
good.
it was there, it wasn't relative to me, and now it's gone. There we go. Good.
It was relative because I was getting...
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Cool. All of the insectoid ones on the deck are deceased or have run away. Vuk.
Right. So, given that Uslam is just next to Vuk and has collapsed, I think the only thing to do is...
slightly sliding down a moving...
I mean, so Vuk will go over and grasp Uslam to stop them sliding, and also at the same time cure wounds. 4.
Get up.
You'll be fine.
Only unconscious.
7 points healed.
Sort of hanging off. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Don't go anywhere. We need you. Come back.
okay, Vuk. Slowly sort of get my feet back. Okay, my eyes back. Right. And just sort of reach, and the sword reappears in my hand. I'm like, right, let's go.
Hooray!
Hooray!
There's nothing. Hurrah! There's nothing else to be done by me now. I want to sort of go back to back with Uslam, although I don't know if that actually.
It's not standing up yet, so it's
Just hanging by.
So yes, exactly. So drag them, heal them, and then try and get into a back-to-back position. Like, come on, bring on all comers.
I think if you like sort of toss me slightly, so I land on my feet, I'm like, all right, okay.
We're here now.
Like a dwarf?
Yeah.
Never toss.
I am half dwarf, so.
Oh well, actually, yeah. Well, it depends which. Anyway,
depends which half. Good. Right. Okay, the flying ones, who are starting to lose pace a bit because the ship is falling at quite some speed, are going to fire from away. We'll do this like we did it last time, so everyone gets a possibility of these hitting them, but the to hit's not terribly high, so it's more just a see what happens. Okay, Asta, does a 12 hit you?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm that bad. No.
Spines will hit the deck around you, and you manage to avoid what looks like a flying creature with some kind of spiny tail just going Throwing them out.
Nice.
Stop throwing your spines at me.
Couldn't have put it better myself.
We are so concerned about people being rude. You're all so rude.
Does an 18 hit you?
No.
Islam does a 5 hit you.
No.
Cleo does a 12 hit you.
Nope.
Etelus does a 17 hit you.
Silver barbs.
Silver barbs.
Yeah.
There's a 19 hit you.
It diverts in midair and just...
And I'll give my advantage to Etelus as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, various projectiles are flying all around you, sling stones, bullets, those little like pop bangs around. And Etelus, out of nowhere, an arrow just hits you in the back.
And I collapse.
Well, see, I don't know how much damage it is yet.
I have 3 hit points.
Yeah, it does 5 damage.
Yeah.
You still have advantage though, so if we get to death saves, you can roll it with a death save.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Etelus hits the deck. Above you, you can see that Prif has done as promised and tried to push all the attackers down onto the deck so you can deal with them, and is now also diving at quite a pace, trying to keep up with the ship, which is sort of nosing further and further down, and you can start to feel the wind sort of is starting to rush past you at quite some pace. The glide apparently is turning into a bit of a free fall.
Nice.
Right. Not nice.
You were hearing
Seems to
pops
be
and bangs of gunfire from below as well. Those are still ongoing at the moment. You can still hear them going off from the cabin underneath the ship. And during all of this, Karena's head will just whoop out of the ground. Go, can someone help? I can't fix that. Points at the plume of flame. Please, anyone?
How? How are we supposed to fix it?
Put it out! Cover it!
I've got an idea.
Okay.
Vuk, you're not jumping in the fire!
Vuk has a plan, but is going to be healing people for a little while.
I can probably do it.
The one that
look does not.
The one that was falling behind the caster is going to just fall behind and let the ship keep going because it's now moving at such a pace that it doesn't matter anymore. Cleo, the pterodactyl one is still in front of you, still claws like sunk into the ground, and is trying to hold on and keep fighting because it's a matter of pride now, if nothing else.
I'm going to kill him in his pride, please.
It is your turn. Please try and kill him in his pride.
So I'm going to spend it because there's other people now on the deck, right, being shepherded down by Prif.
No, Prif was doing that, but all of the other creatures, most of the Terror have now fallen away because the ship is falling so fast. It's just the pterodactyl one left.
I won't necessarily spend a key point just yet to do Flurry of Blows. I'll roll my first 2 and see what happens. One is a 22 to hit, one is a dirty 20.
Both hits, yes.
Played.
Fantastic. Okay, so they are both D10s. And that'll do. A 5 and a 6 is 11 plus 10, so 21 points of damage, please.
How would you like to kill them? Solid. Didn't even, yeah.
Well done.
You said they're like clawing onto the deck to not fall off, right?
Yeah.
Can I, with my first hit, like strike up to get? Because if we're free falling, there's going to be some kind of gravity pulling off.
Uplift,
so can I, first hit, help them on their way up, and with my second hit, get the last claw and like smash their hand off the deck, so they can't hold on anymore.
As you strike up once, probably into their sort of, frankly, thorax and lower region, and then into their stomach as well. You punch up twice. You hear them sort of, and you hear ribs crack. Like they are definitely in a lot of pain as you. And after the second one, they will just slump clearly out of it and will just go up and start to float up and away to a certain extent, and then fade away into clouds and away as you're now falling at quite some pace.
As they go, Cleo will just very quietly say, "I like Uslam."
That'd be all sweet. Maybe not that.
I have a bonus action. I don't know what I want to do with it, but
the ship is on fire.
I can fix that. I can fix that.
Yeah, I can't put it out with a hammer.
Go away,
Love
fire.
to see you try. Yeah, exactly.
I will. How far away is the fire?
About 20 feet. I will point out that Etelus is also like ragdolling at the moment.
Oh God, of course.
I am attached to the ship though, but I guess
You're all attached to ropes apart from Uslam, who decided to let his wings Be his guide.
The only healy thing I could do would be a medicine check to stabilize, and that's an action, which I do not have. I will move over to the fire. Hang on, no, a help action is still an action, isn't it? Can I use my bonus as some kind of I'm ready to lend a hand? Or...
I will allow that you can use a bonus action moving over towards the fire to assist someone. Normally help is a full action, but I think in this case, because it's a nice move-out gesture, I will allow.
Lovely.
Cool. We're going to stay in initiative because the ship's falling and on fire. Aster, it's your turn.
Right, I'm going to Misty Step up to the wherever the thing is, because I presume it's up, because it's in the balloon, right?
You're on top of the balloon.
What?
Balloon, platform on top of it, you're all on that. The cabin is underneath.
Right, okay.
You're on top of it.
How far away is the hole?
About 20 feet from you.
Do I need to Misty Step? I
No.
have to climb. Would I have to climb over something?
You are moving up the deck at that sort of an angle, so I'm going to allow you
I'm just going to Misty Step. It's just going to be easier.
probably walk it, just saying.
I pop out of existence and reappear on the fire. How
We'll
big?
just get to a certain level and go, why walk when you can Misty Step?
I have one free use a day. Why not use it? How big is the fire? Would it be comparable to, say, a small campfire?
Yes, it is. There's not actually quite a lot of fire. What it is that there is a gas leak and the gas is igniting. So if you put out the ignition, it would just be a gas leak.
In which case, I will prestidigitate and snuff the fire.
Interesting.
Using my action.
How do you want to, visually, how does that work?
I'm going to suck the fire off the gas. And
Can you
throw
stop
it
sucking
away.
things off, please?
No!
Oh, Lord.
I'm like a human vacuum cleaner.
Like a human vacuum cleaner, that's what they all call you.
I don't know. Hey.
We went to college long enough to get that kind of nickname.
Exactly.
Anyway, you draw the flames away from it, and you can still hear the escape of gas, but...
And then I'm going to just throw my body on the hole in case it helps.
Into the
Homer
balloon!
Simpson.
Just going to lie on it.
There's a puncture. The puncture's probably about yay big,
All right, I'm
guys.
going
It's
to put
not
my
big.
hand on it then.
Yeah. Like... because of the pressure inside. Anyway, if you put your hand on it, you will feel it moving around your hand. You can't seal it with your hand, but you're certainly helping the situation.
Right. It's not on fire anymore. So
It's not on fire anymore. That's true.
That's a good start.
Karenna, whose head is still poked out of the floor, will go, cool, thanks, mate, and will just vanish back into the ship.
Can anyone see any patches or things?
Oh, Patches died long ago.
I've got sticky plasters. That might work.
That might help, actually.
What's them? It's your turn.
I have a hammer.
Put one of your boo-boo stickers on it.
I look back to Buck and go.
A reminder that Ethelis is unconscious, everyone.
No,
I'm
that's
just
literally what I was going to do. It's like, you've got Ethelis, right?
Yes, no, of course I do. I have to get on.
High five.
What?
I backflip and take off.
Do you?
I'm going up to where the balloon is.
Oh.
I mean, Tom, I'm going to put it out there. You could have just walked. Make me an acrobatics check.
Oh, Lord. If this is the...
No, 19.
All right, Tom. How awesome do you want this cool backflip, catch the updraft, and stop at exactly the right point to slap a plaster down to look? Because you did it.
It is that, just the majesty and like the butterfly wings, Seiko, and just landing. Unfortunately, I do get a colourful boo-boo sticker and just... and then... No, that's the thing. I sort of land at Asta and go, okay, do you mind lifting your hand?
Yeah.
And...
Lifting your hand is a free action.
That's the new talk show, sure.
Go look and go, you're still glowing. I'm just gonna...
It's fine. It's fine. As long as you're not near me. Like 2 seconds ago, for some reason.
Can we just agree that Asta can control this a little when it comes to turns in combat, yeah?
Yeah, it only takes effect at the end of my turn, so...
I just turn around like, yeah, as my nose bursts. I'm like, oh.
Cool. And Ed, can I assume that Ethelis, I need the first death save, actually.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Yeah. If that's what you want to spend it on.
Hang on.
No, Ethelis gets the first death save. That happens before your turn.
Oh, fine.
Roll a 1. Raise the threat.
What are you doing?
Have an advantage.
I've forgotten how to roll these.
Just roll a d20.
Okay.
2 of them, actually.
Yeah.
Advantage. And we can't lose anyone yet.
Well, one of them is a nat 20, so you are not needed.
Yay!
Would you like to describe how you come back into consciousness with 1 hit point, please?
Just like, it's a kind of cough out some soot and grab the arrow and go.
So it's oh, come on!
Is it a decent arrow at least?
No, it's probably made of...
Chucks it away. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to shoot me with something worthwhile.
It's made by a group of people who like to take all sorts of detritus and just go, this'll do. So I wouldn't,
Yeah. Looks a little bit charcoaled. A little bit.
So do you sort of crawl over and go, never mind?
No. I think I'd still like to come over and do a cure wounds. This is they are on 1. This is not enough. Hang on. So second. Go on.
But Atlas gets a high 5.
And so you get 10 points of damage. That is not worth a high five.
Damage.
No.
Die again.
No. Done.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't have thought my most played
like me that much.
Your armor controls are like for the deathless. You're like, no.
Exactly. I've played a cleric more than I've played any other character. I make that mistake more often than I should.
Because you've fixed the hole in the ship, and because of this, the ship will start to right itself. The islands that you were passing through are passing away behind you. There are still plenty of islands dotted around, just to be clear, but the ones where where this concentration of people is past you.
Cool.
There are no more gunshots from below. If anything, it's quiet. Too quiet.
Too quiet.
We're out of initiative. What would you all like to do?
Run down to the cabin, I guess.
Yeah. So Vuk is going to go over. Have we fixed it? About the leak.
Yeah.
There's a little, what is it? So like a red-blue plaster that just says, well done for you. What does it say? What does it say on it?
What a brave boy.
What a brave boy.
That's because that would be one of the stickers, which I think is funnier than an actual plaster. It's just, what a brave boy. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's not scientifically, but we might want to get a proper patching kit, but I think it will hold for now.
Well, I wondered if spiked growth would work, because then we could.
Don't spike anything.
The look that both me and Chris made at that moment, we were like, "You've got to put vines into the floating balloon."
Yeah, apparently not.
No. We like the attitude. We like the yes and attitude, but
you've got mending there, right? You could just mend it.
Oh, I know that now. That's a very good point. And he's going to set 2 to the mending.
Right. Vuk has mending, that's perfectly fine. Asta,
Yes.
you wanted to go down, because the walkway goes down and then back again, so it sort of cuts back on itself to get back down.
Is it slidable?
Is it slidable?
Are they like banisters you can slide along?
If you've got a death wish, yeah.
I prepare my wings.
Right off.
I do have a death wish, actually.
Oh no!
But what about Asta?
Oh no!
It looks fun. It caught up in the excitement of the moment.
Roll me a dex save to not die.
I will.
Oh gold!
I rolled a 2.
Shit.
You rolled a what?
Shit.
I rolled a 2, which makes it a 5.
Do you have any spell slots left?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
you run to the stairs and go, I'll just slide down the banisters and really go over the banisters.
I'll misty step back to wherever
you need to be.
You've used it already.
No, I've got 2.
Oh, but you've got the.
Do you want to misty step back to where you were or back down to the cabin at the bottom?
I'm going to the cabin.
Okay. So Asta sort of does a running, totally startles it out, does a running leap.
And disappears. Like, wait, Asta?
You've seen Asta misty step before.
I think they'll be okay, but that was interesting.
Is anyone else heading down the stairs like a normal person?
No, time out. No, you are not sliding down the banister.
I didn't say I was going to, but if they want to, why not?
I care too much about you for you to go over there. No, I will slide down the banister. I set off. It's fine. If I go over the side, I've got wings.
Roll me a dex save to not fall to your doom.
feel like we're heading towards another moment where Clear's like, was that the plan?
12.
You awkwardly do an awkward slide. It takes double the time it would take you to walk.
So that's a slide and more of an inching along the ballast with the aid of the wings, just like
I'm just flapping myself because I didn't do a run up. I sort of jumped, landed on the balusters, and then just.
Chris will fly down on the deck and go, "What the hell are you doing?" And he's going to run past you down the stairs.
Oh, sod it! I jump off the banister and start running. That's fine.
Cleo, are you staying up here with Vuk doing the mending? Etelis, you staying up here with Vuk doing the mending? Or are you heading down to the cabin as well?
Is there anyone in sight, like in the sky? If there's any potential threat coming for the ship, Cleo will stay and keep an eye, but if not, she'll head down.
Do you want to stay there and look? Because that would take an action, and then you're sort of up there instead of down there.
I mean, it's not fun, but yeah, probably.
Have a perception check.
I am so good at looking at things. I got a natural 1. Oh no.
Caught up in the heat of the moment, you're just scanning the sky, like, because there's still islandlets that you are floating past. You're by no means away from all of the bits of land around here, so it's very hard to look at them as they go past, going, where are we, what's going on? The ship is righting itself, but still travelling quite some pace. It's sort of slowing a glide at this moment.
I like to think Cleo is distracted by, she has been anxiously watching Uslam's near-death experience, and then anxiety turns to...
Really?
As he inches his way, squeaking down a banner.
It's certainly not attractive, I'll give you that.
We see the hearts, and I just lose a couple of marks on it. Like, the romance is going to be harder for this one.
You think you had hearts?
Oh, no. Etelis, what are you up to?
So Etelis will have almost kind of possibly not run, limped forward a bit to kind of join in the banister action, and then gone... I'll walk, seeing this kind of slow itch along from a slow.
Folks, please stop calling it the banister action. Good, right.
Very nice.
All right, Astal, Uslam, and Etelis, you will all make your way down the stairs with Prif in tow. And as you do, and Astal, you get there first, the door of the cabin below is shot to smithereens. It looks like, for a quick shot, this was shot to smithereens from the inside.
Please don't shoot me.
Smart.
No promises.
All right. Does someone in there need healing?
If you step inside, Haps is sort of desperately trying to heal Captain Antari's. There's guns in all 4 hands, and she's leaning on the steering wheel with like a kind of look, absolutely slashed and shot to break. There's bodies everywhere.
Wow.
There's about 5 dead bodies in here of other terror flying types, but the captain looks much worse for wear.
Do you need more healing, or are you good on the healing?
If you wouldn't mind a bit of assistance, I don't usually do much combat triage.
I'll do my thingy.
Also, should we get rid of the bodies?
Yeah, start chucking them off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna channel the extra glowing energy from me into the healing instead. So I start to dim, and I'm going to use the light to heal.
As in, do you want to use the extra damage as healing?
What? No. I'm going to pull the light that I'm using to glow. I'm going to pull and use for healing instead, and also turn off the.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
I mean, I'll take extra healing if you're willing.
I mean, in the long run, that feels like a cool thing to do as a separate feat or something like that.
6 heals.
6 heals. Yeah, the captain sort of... like, they're still very badly hurt. And you can see that Maps was casting cure wounds and things. Like, they're not dying, but it was just a lot of damage.
Can I take these off you and just start slowly, like, reaching for the guns?
We'll start holstering. They have many holsters, and we'll just holster all 4. No, you're good. Blood in the hand.
I know that feeling.
No, you're good.
I did it. I sucked the blood off.
I'm going to say it again.
We can't say suck off. We can't say banister.
Just so censorious.
It's that sort of game.
Etelis, what are you up to?
I'd come down with them all to and it's like, oh, okay. If we have to shut the bodies off, we'll kind of slowly try and drag one.
If you look like you're struggling, Priff will immediately step up and help you, because I'm guessing Ustam's fine picking up some bodies and chucking them. Yes.
Hopefully.
Well, no. We'll just use what's your strength mod?
It's a -1. It's an 8.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was small and now I'm just gangly.
Eslis, what's your strength mod?
Oh, it's 0, but so it's just average strength. So if it's a hefty body, it's going to be a bit of a struggle, but I can carry some.
Priff is going to move to help Uslam, then move to help Etalus, then look a bit like, oh god, what now? And then the captain will just, okay, we'll come and we'll start picking up. And the captain with 4 sets of arms will pick up 2 of the bodies and just start on the other side of the ship. With Marge kind of, okay, oh fine. She is a beast, as described. Meanwhile, Haps is going to sit down on one of the bench, just like
Haps on the shoulder. It's all right. It's all right, mate. We're all good.
It's really not my forte.
You did great. You're doing great. Doing fine. Don't look down.
I'm going to make some tea now and then go towards the kitchen head, which is riddled with gunshots, and open a cupboard and look at all the smashed cups and go,
We can fix those.
A day of mending.
we can just put it, Vuk and I put it on our chores for tomorrow, fix everything, it'll be fine.
Yes.
All right.
There. Sorry. Just automatic agreement. Yes, we'll do that.
It's just like, I know I've been signed up for something.
A resonance.
Someone somewhere has made a chore for me.
Yeah.
Right. While all this is happening, Cleo, Vuk, on top of the ship. Karena's head will pop out the ship again, and this time more like head and torso, some to the arms will as well.
Yes, we're fixing it, promise.
No, it's fine. Good news and bad news.
What?
The good news is we're no longer on fire.
That's very good news.
We might need more fuel. We lost quite a bit in that.
Yes, it was burning. Yes,
Yeah.
Where do we get fuel from?
I'll find the captain and ask, but just so you know...
Yes.
Everything's fine.
Well, of course. We're not crashing. It'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be okay.
Yep.
Why did you say it was bad news if it's actually fine?
Because the situation is worse than we thought it was, but it's not terminal yet.
That.
Do I believe her?
Roll me an insight check.
Bad and fine are not the same thing.
No.
Really? How English are you?
Been pretend all along.
I have a slight problem. I've lost a leg.
I don't mean to bother you. I am bleeding.
Yes, exactly.
A little bit of an embuggerance.
If it wouldn't be too much trouble, could you please deal with this heart attack for me? Thank you very much.
I got a 22 in insight.
Oh, she's very concerned.
See, you say it's fine, but you're not looking like it's fine.
Oh no, but the captain just nopes out, just absolutely gabbles out some nonsense and nopes out completely.
I feel like she came to talk to us just to make us very stressed and then leave again.
Well, I think the problem was that she might have been very stressed herself and wanted to come and see if anybody else could help.
Is that how you help? If you are stressed, you go and share that stress without fixing it, and then 2 people or 3 people are stressed instead of 1 person and nothing else has changed?
Absolutely. It's not. It's a negative feedback thing, but when people panic, and I think what's going on will have led to some panic. I mean, the fact that we're mending this is pretty much the only reason why I'm not panicking.
Yes, can I help? I'm sort of just standing over your shoulder.
No, it's lovely to have that.
Okay. If you have any nails that need,
That would be brilliant, but I think this thing has already burst once. Let's not do it again.
Oh.
But I did want to ask, what Islam said about, that I shouldn't jump. They said about how I meant a lot to him, which is lovely. Do you know why?
I mean, you mean a lot to all of us.
I know, I'm used to being in this big family, and you're becoming like another family. It's very nice.
I think this is probably going to be tactless, but honesty is normally better than just saying sweet things, I think.
Yes.
I think anyone, unless they're an absolute horrible, terrible person that we had got stuck on the wrong side of the universe with, we'd start to feel quite close to, because there's us 5 and a cat, and then everyone else we've ever known is dead or lost forever. So I think we automatically are going to mean a lot to each other, because none of us are, I think, terrible people. But then on top of that, you're really nice.
Oh, well, thank you.
You take care of us.
Well,
And yeah, you've already died once. You're not allowed to do it again.
I'm not intending to, certainly.
We'd miss you.
That's wonderful. It's just, in my family, there's a lot of duty. Which I now realize that when it's not duty, it's even better.
Yeah.
We look out for each other, and it's not through any sense that we're supposed to. It's because we really want to. And
Yeah, my family was a lot of duty too, but not in the sort of looking out for each other way, more in the telling each other what to do sort of way.
oh no, we have a lot of that as well.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Did you ever get to do any of the telling? I was always on the told end.
I was told when I grew up, when I was old and knew more things, then I would. You basically had to wait your turn to tell people what to do.
You were going to one day.
Well, we only really had one way that things happened. Whoever was the eldest got, control, and so the one at the top gets control, and everybody else has to sort of go yes, and it's just this great hierarchy, and I didn't like it.
That sounds familiar, but I thought you really wanted to go home. I thought you liked your family.
I do. I love my family. They're wonderful. Oh. They're wonderful people. It's just they're very constricting.
Yes, you're right. A sense of duty and being told what to do is not a good enough reason to love your family. If you didn't, that would make you a terrible person.
That's what I mean. Well, when I say I love them, it's a duty too. I don't mean that I don't love them, but they were all that I had. And now that we've got other people...
No, understood. It would make you completely unnatural and depraved to not love them if they were all you had. Yes, no. You're doing a lovely job of mending.
Wow, we're nearly finished here. I think we're okay. The thing is, what really hit me from what you just said is that we may never see them again.
No.
That's the thing. That is one of the best pieces of acting I've ever seen. That was incredible. So fast. It's like a snake strike. Well done. This is what I mean. It's very comforting to know that we would have, other people. Because even whilst it would be lovely to see them again, we don't need them again. Yeah.
No, obviously we're all going to try very hard to make it home because that matters a lot to all of us equally. But if we don't, it's nice to know that we can
rely on each other.
Have people, and maybe we won't all tell each other what to do out of duty, maybe. Or maybe if we do, we'll each get an equal say of telling and being told. Maybe. The rest of you, obviously, not me.
Right.
Those of you in the cabin, Krenna will pop in upside down at first, and will then right herself and go, right, Captain. Yep, not to worry or anything, but we lost some fuel during the fight. Great, just great. That's okay.
We did fix the hole.
Good.
And put the fire out.
Good. Okay.
Astel suddenly sits down. Oh, the adrenaline just wore off.
Yeah, we're going to need some more fuel at some point.
How do we get fuel?
We're going to have to find some. It's all right. There's normally some lying around on some of the islands. It was... Yep, okay. We're going to have to land. That's great. Landing in the territory. That's just great. Yep.
Oh, joy.
Okay. Karenna, can you try and scan for anything? Like, I know we've got the basic stuff in the cockpit. Yeah, of course. I'll scan for some fuel. No problem. Everything will be fine. Kind of floats away again. Yeah. I'm really sorry about this.
Do we have time for a sleep? Or like just a sit down?
I would like to sit. I'm upstairs. I'm not there.
You just ready to. I'd like to sit down and sit down. Looks like.
As you wish.
It'll take some time to find. Fuel's hard to come by. All of the engines on ships like this, most of them are powered by. It's called Citica. It's like a crystal. And when you heat it, it releases a gas that is lighter than air. So we need more of that.
Sorry, what do the crystals look like? Because Priff and I were scouting. If we turned to Priff, did we see anything that looks like fuel?
It's a. There's no reason you should know this. Sorry, it's some sort. It is often regarded as holy. And therefore tends not to be found just lying around.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be looking for probably an abandoned temple or monastery or something like that.
Oh. Right. Okay. Quickly glance at Astra. Yeah, no, that's raiding a temple. Cool.
They're just places where boring people sit. Like, it's not.
Okay, Astra's okay with it.
Haps will chime up from the back. Don't worry. It's more important that people live than that holy relics, especially a holy relic that is fuel, is left in a temple. It's not like there's no cultural issue with it.
Haps has got their head screwed on, and also doesn't sing at dawn. So,
well, I sometimes do.
As a religious thing, or just because you're happy to see it at dawn?
Every dawn.
Can it be both? Look, Cleo, you are welcome to join the rest of the party. You have completed your task, and everyone is now sitting down trying to work out plans of how to find more fuel. Captain and Terry's will head back towards their cabin with a slightly slow step and an "oh boy, it's been a long day." We'll leave all of you, but Priff will sit with you, as will Haps. And if you want to start mending coffee cups so that Haps can make everyone cups of tea, then he will.
I unfortunately can't today because
That's definitely what Book is doing.
Back out for prestidigitation because we decided that being clean was more important than mending.
How is it that every time we want something mending, you don't have it? Every time we want something cleaning, you don't have it? This appears to be a thing now.
Asta always disappears at these times.
Book is very happy to sit there and do it for a while.
Right. Then in which case, Priff will sit with you if you want their company. If not, they will make their... You get the sense they actually quite want some company, but they will leave you to it if you're talking amongst yourselves and don't want involvement from them. Haps will do the same, make teas, and then also absent themselves if you want some privacy. But otherwise, the five of you are here, and Karenna's... The ship starts sort of juking left and right a little bit, clearly moving between the islands, looking for some sort of fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Was it this dangerous at home and we just didn't know it? Or is it just here?
I think it probably was. I definitely had never come across anything like this, but all the stories led me to believe that it is that.
Where I grew up was pretty dangerous. There were lots of countries around us who wanted things we had, so we had lots of soldiers and things. I didn't see much of it because I wasn't grown up, but this was, normal-ish for me.
I ran
Maybe
into
we've
bandits.
just all grown up now.
Yeah. On my way to the school, I ran into bandits, but I flamed on and they all ran away. So, I mean,
I've never been set on fire before, and it's just kind of gently peeling off the charred bark.
I'm so excited. I think that's one of the ones Mum wrote in my spell book for later.
Oh. Yeah, the fire was fun.
I obviously won't do it on us, though.
Really?
No, that's what I was going to say. I prefer it if it's on our side against whoever it is that we're dealing with. Fascinating. This is, We can deal with it even when we do come across danger. It's good.
That's true.
Yeah.
No one died. Oslam, you still look a bit patchy, though.
They are just scars, and like I pulled the stinger out of my face. I'm like, yeah, and Essus, you're doing it. Just sort of looking at it and going, the ash looks good. It's
Does it?
It's like just wiping it off, except it's just smudging it more. I guess.
Yes, it's a razor cheek.
It's now got like eyeshadow.
It's like,
but yes, canonically hot, and therefore
highlighting those heterochromatic eyes.
Absolutely.
That already have like some green like lining around them anyway.
Nice.
This is just Fey Wanderer stuff. We can't do anything about it. It's just it's canonically true.
The way. Yeah.
I really like that. When Etelis embarrassedly tries to make themselves look less hot, doesn't work.
I'm just. It's very funny to me that like they're currently peeling off charred bark, but that's still hot. Like
depends, but yeah.
Because the visual you were describing this feels a bit like peeling off charred skin when you've been burned, whereas what instead it's more like sort of going, oh, ow. Oh.
But it's also like
Briff and Haps will, if you are having conversation among yourselves, they will absent themselves unless you specifically ask anything of them.
Actually, do we sort of above the table, do we want to keep them round? Because I'm willing to just go, these board games never Usum's trying to find this will be nice and calming. This is something knowing that it's going to be something like Trivial Pursuit and we're all going to start yelling at each other. Or Risk.
It's Risk, and Astel's going to kill everyone because M fucking hates Risk.
we flash forward half an hour and we're like, what the fuck? No!
Throwing things across the room.
There's no land border with China! If you all want to try and chill out, play board games, and invite the other two to stay, okay, interesting.
I think
if you invite one, the other will beg off because they're not the best of bards.
Ooh, it's one of those RPGs.
Well, no, but I think that would be certainly Vux. Yeah,
you are more than welcome to try and roll and keep them both around.
Yeah, we like making friends.
Yeah, persuasion.
All right, let's have a group persuasion check. So whoever's got the highest... No, don't all roll.
It's Tom.
Is it?
My charisma's so good.
7.
This is the most convincing now.
Yeah.
With advantage because everyone's helping you, I presume, unless people don't want them to stay.
Okay.
No.
Wait, isn't it like a feature as well? Maybe? No.
Your
yes.
Fey Wanderer
I also get a +3. So that's the 19 for one of them, which is a 26 +3. I don't know if it's already added or
The
not.
+3 is already added because you kicked Fey Wanderer.
Okay, so that was a 26. The other one was not great, so we'll ignore that one.
Okay.
But yeah, the 26.
Lola, I would like you as Etelis to describe how you have a conversation with both of these two to try and convince them to join in on a board game with everybody.
Nice.
Well, that was quite. It was weirdly invigorating, but also quite terrible.
So, glad you thought so. Combat's not my favourite thing. Must.
I tend to. I don't enjoy getting set on fire. I think that it could be a good idea just for all of us to kind of relax together. Yusum said we should play you should play a board game with us.
Just for the visual, Haps is currently delicately sipping tea with a slightly shaky hand while Priff is cleaning his weapons.
And Etelis is literally stars in their eyes going, you should play a board game with us.
Haps immediately go, I love a board game. I'd love to join in. And Priff will look up, look at you, Etelis, look at Haps, look at the rest of you, and okay, and we'll sheath the daggers that we're cleaning, and we'll squeeze into the table for you all to play some in-universe form of Trivial Pursuit, I guess.
We do not need to RP this, but Cleo has never played a board game and will need explaining how to play not just this board game, but any board game.
None of you will have played this board game because it is local to here, and I'm so sorry, my world building has not extended to board games of this plane of existence.
I thought you were a good DM. What?
Oh, wow. Oh, it stings.
Well, look at the card, you're like, the answer is Henry.
Okay.
Why? Why is the answer Henry?
I don't know.
What was the question?
All right, fine. Everyone shush. What it is it is a three-dimensional, it's similar to Carcassonne or games of that ilk, except it's three-dimensional because the floating islands are part of the board. You stack things on top of each other to make higher and higher islands, and then you can take control of them when you place them and that sort of thing.
And so what's the punishment if you get it wrong?
We all laugh at you.
Oh.
I think you just lose.
I was joking, Cleo, sorry.
No one's going to laugh at you, Cleo. You're okay.
Okay.
No one's going to laugh at you.
So what does happen if you lose?
Nothing.
Yeah.
If you win, you get to
bragging
brag.
rights.
Yeah. Both Astor and Des are like, yeah, we get that, yeah.
It's really just a fun way to pass the time.
Yes, it's very fun.
This is actually great for character study of who's the person who's like, no, I need to win no matter what. Who's the person who's like, I'm just happy to be playing. You know, it's different levels of excitement.
I don't know where Astor falls on that, though.
I think because there's 7 of you playing, you have to be on teams, yeah.
Pick.
We're not going to roleplay the game. But,
why?
No. Are you all aiming towards long rest or short rest?
A long rest, ideally.
Yeah. Will we have time?
What was that, Lola?
Will we have time for a long rest?
Karena's going to be searching for Sitica crystals, so it's going to take some time. As a DM, I'm saying to you as the players, I'm very happy for that to be a short rest or a long rest, depending on what you want or need.
Long rest.
Okay.
It's a long. Some of us use many spells.
Yeah, you had to Misty Step for no good reason.
Twice.
It was characterful.
And in which case I will say that you are welcome to take a long rest, which part of it is playing game, resting. The ship's no longer go beelining. It is very much a moving between islands, and you will have some time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Is there anything anyone particularly wants to do during a long rest? Any conversations you want to have, or should we move on?
I want to play this board game.
No, Tom.
I'm also sad you're not letting us RP the board game.
We're not RPing a board game that doesn't exist. I'm sorry.
I rolled a 2.
Start.
I didn't win.
On what dice, Tom?
I did 20.
Yeah, you probably didn't then. Not RPing the game.
We know where Uslan falls on the obsessively competitive scale then.
Weirdly sort of like, and then he's like, fiddly dee. Fiddly dee, that's vexing.
Is Uslan very much the I didn't care anyway kind of player? I didn't care anyway.
Oh dear.
Class go down again.
Okay. We've established Uslan has anger issues, so it just has that moment of just like, But doesn't do that, well, I never because he likes the game. He doesn't do that, I never cared. He's like, that's...
Are you now going to borrow the box and study all the pieces to make sure you understand better how to win next time?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
What is the robber? Why is there a robber?
It's a terror bandit in this version of the game. Surely it is.
Like little jagged teeth and little wings. Like,
It'll do.
I mean, it's very creepy to play the thing that nearly just killed you. But yes, good. Anything else anyone wants to do during a long rest, or anything else anyone wants to have happen in the board game because they can't live without having something happen at the board game?
Nope. Absolutely fine.
Is someone desperate to roll to win the board game?
I mean, Cleo will not win, but I, as a person, am interested to see who wins the board game.
Yeah.
Roll D20. It's not...
I'm not surprised. Okay. The first person saying yes, I'd love to know who won is M.
I don't think it was me.
What'd you roll?
10.
Nah.
7.
Nah.
my thing did rolling over a natural 20 onto a 2.
We're on the same team. That's it.
Before, so
I did win.
Astle did win.
No, fine.
Yeah.
Or Prif and
Prif, if they've played it before.
Have we put them on the same team?
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't be on the same team.
Yeah.
No. Interesting. I don't know if any of you noted this, but Prif is trying to let you win, and Haps, on the other hand, wins and is quite pleased about it.
Can we assume that Haps and Astle are on the same team?
Why not?
Well, that actually went surprisingly well.
It's a great game, and if you spend the time, you get really good at it, and you can learn all the pieces. It's good.
Okay. I'm not sure I'm that committed.
Neither am I.
Well, it passes the time.
Definitely, it was fun.
Yes.
You all did extremely well for your first time playing. Can be quite complicated.
So something would have happened if we hadn't done well?
No.
No. It was fun. I had fun. Thank you for the shared experience. I'm going to go and have a rest now. That was quite an exhausting battle for me as well. Briffle awkwardly, long-leggedly eke out. They are not gamely on land. Just out once more.
Shame.
Any other conversation anyone wants to have as part of a long rest, or can we move on?
I'm just quite tired, pretty sleepy.
Then in which case, if you all rest the next morning, Karenna will wake everyone way too early. Like, found some! Guys, I found...
No, Corinna, no, it's pre-dawn. No one has even sung yet.
Well, no, I found some Sitica. I found it.
Well done. Really well done.
Great.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Book will try and
How do we
move? Well, are we all in the same sleeping space?
You are in a lot of basically bunk bed style hammocky things that are all fitted into a small room. Apart from you, Vuk, you stand outside.
That's what I was thinking. And so I think once the head appears, if you see what I mean, it's like come out. I'll help you. Because they just haven't been sleeping. He hasn't been sleeping.
Yep. Doesn't sleep anymore. Yep.
I'll have. If we're on hammocks and stuff, I will have dived off the hammock and come and joined you and been like,
right.
Astle goes back to sleep.
That's very fair.
Someone that won an award for sleeping is definitely going to do more of it.
Does anyone force Astle to join the next plot point?
Astle, come on.
No, Mum, it's too early.
Okay, cool. We'll just go to the temple without you then.
I mean, Astle's going to appreciate that.
Fine, I'm coming.
Good.
How's your shoulder?
Not clicking anymore.
Good.
No, you slept and therefore all of your wounds are completely healed. What a day.
What a world. I had a broken arm and now I don't.
D&D. If you head up to the main space of the cabin once more, Captain's there looking a lot more hale and hearty and will gesture to everyone to sit. All of you can find spaces to sit around this space. It's not very big, but there is enough room for everyone to perch if you wish to. And Haps will once again start making teas because he just can't help himself.
Coffee.
Coffee, no problem.
Coffee.
Yep, tea. Right, so I need you to go and get the crystals once we land. We need to protect the ship.
Yeah.
And I do not mean this as harshly as it might come across, but if push comes to shove, you are more expendable than anyone else here. I'm sorry, this is a life or death situation, otherwise I wouldn't even be asking, but we don't have any choice here.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we're not really that expendable because if we don't get the fuel, then you can't go anywhere either.
You didn't have to tell us.
I believe in being honest, even if it's a bit brutal.
Cool. Right.
You've killed the motivation now, though. Now we don't want to go. You're not very good with people.
Just tell us that you would be sad if we died, and then we can.
Yeah, you're all great.
Thank you. That's just... I look around. I would also be sad if any of us died. Just...
Smallest carrot.
Well, at least Ursula likes me.
Okay. I'm gonna... Yeah. And she will just walk out again. She's clearly not particularly happy with the whole situation.
Do we need to know anything about handling it?
Chris got it. And she will just walk down the stairs into her cabin and shut the door.
I would like to go somewhere where we're not bloody expendable for once.
You'll have to forgive the captain to a certain extent. She's somewhat embarrassed by all of this. Anyway, so we found an old abbey, which is good. We'll land nearby, but as close as we can get, really. There's going to be quite a lot of undergrowth to get through before you get there. Can any of you detect magic?
If anyone can, it'll be me, and I can.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Hooray!
You're looking for a strong evocation effect.
Oh, evocation.
It is.
Does it explode? I suppose yes. It's fuel.
It generates a gas that is lighter than air, which is also extremely flammable if heated.
Right. So you're saying no fire.
Just be cautious. You don't need to no fire at all. Just
not directly at them.
Yes. Yes. The abbey's probably if it's an old Temple of Coal, then we don't know what age it's from, and we don't know what the islands were split off 50 odd years ago, and a lot of very, very old monuments went up. So we don't know much about what you'll find in there, but generally speaking, the Zitica would be held in some kind of vault or crypt, and it would be locked. Most of these spaces, a lot of Cole's symbology is around light, and therefore light being used to touch on a certain part of some stonework or something like that will tend to open locked doors.
Puzzles.
Light we can do. We're quite good at light, actually.
Daylight, usually, so often about redirecting daylight.
Oh, God.
Mirror puzzles. Awesome gets weirdly excited too. Like, yes! Oh, he would love an escape room.
Well, I'm glad you're excited.
I nearly died yesterday. Every day's a blessing.
Okay. Good. I'm sorry I won't be able to guide you, but the captain could have been nicer about it, but is correct. We need to make sure the ship... we're still in the territory.
You're not going to leave us, right?
If we leave without you, we're going to have to find some more of this, and it'll be more difficult to do so. The point is that if we find ourselves in a situation where it's leave or die, we will leave.
Could you at least let us know?
I
somehow?
don't really have any way of doing that.
Perhaps.
I mean, I could hope to reach you if you're within 120 feet or so. But...
Was leave or die? Would you come back to get us and the fuel when it was safe, or would you just go?
Well, I can say from my perspective, we'd certainly try.
Okay. It's fine if not. That makes complete sense. It's just nice to know where we stand.
Right.
Is it?
The ship itself is of value, and if worse comes to worse, we can always go lower down. It's much more dangerous, but well, as I say, the Zitica does exist all over the place in relative abundance. It's just it tended to be hoarded away. So
well, we should be quick.
We don't know if the Terror followed us. We didn't see any people, but this whole area belongs to them, depending on how you look at it. So they might happen upon us. So.
Great. Okay.
Wish I had better news, as I say, but this is...
No, well, we weren't expecting this. This is... Yeah, the quicker we can get this done, the quicker we can get...
I just think if the captain not been quite so demotivating, we would be much happier, but this is a bit... It was a bit of a mood killer.
I mean, we haven't upset the captain, have we? Because we really tried yesterday.
No. You've not upset them. This has.
Right. Okay.
It's the they thought of a way to deal with a difficult situation, and it didn't work, and they don't like nearly dying either. That's not something they're fond of. So wounded pride a little bit too.
Right.
Oh yeah, she'll come round. She always comes round. Yes.
I guess I'm looking forward to reaching the end of our destination.
Oh, well, I remember, Esselus, this island's quite overgrown, so there's trees. You said you wanted trees, so...
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get in touch and let everyone know.
Good. Silver linings, eh?
Yeah.
Slap the flies.
I think that perks Atlas up a bit, and they are now kind of up and have strapped. Well, I don't think they have anything to strap to their back, but yeah, just like quiver back on, and yeah, it's like actually yes, let's go.
All your troubles in your roll.
I'm going to need
smile.
another coffee before we go.
Oh, I'm happy to help with that. That's fine. Vuk, has the mention of plants and trees and potentially vegetation given you an uplift, or is it just business as usual?
Vuk is fascinated by the things, particularly the possibility of a place where there will be new vegetation, because that means that he can take samples and plant seeds and things like that. Well, samples of seeds and also put seeds back and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a jolly outlook.
So very excited, yes.
Yeah. Gung ho. Cool. Then in which case,
indeed,
you can all see from outside the cabin that the ship is heading towards one of these islands. The trees and vegetation looks comparable to what you might be aware of. Similar sort of trees and frondage of a more humid environment, but there's grass, there's a couple of hillocks, but the landscape does, much like the other ones before, just sort of stop at a certain point. It's just craggy cliff that cuts off at that point. The ship will touch down very, very gently, so the cabin doesn't take much pressure. Right in the middle of this clearing that you are in, and you're welcome to disembark and start making your way out. And that's where we'll go to break and have adventures on the islands.
Hooray.
When we return.
Let's do that.
Thanks, everyone. See you in a sec.
See you in a sec.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the slow coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, get your wall and there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com. And welcome back, everyone, to a bit of tomb raiding. Tomb raiding.
Wow, there's a throwback.
Yeah, I know. Cool. Our party of intrepid adventurers has just left their airship, skyship, balloon, the Ricties, and is on an island, one of the floating islands, and this one has vegetation on it. As you step down off the ship, there's a little sort of gangplanky thing, and as you step off it down onto the island, it is grass beneath your feet, which is, for most of you, the first time in, over a week? It's been a while. Some of you, that may be really great. Some of you, that may be whatever. But can those of you who would react to it, please react now?
Book is going to get down and it's the thing of it being living and sort of running his hands through it and snuffling. I think there'll be quite a lot of snuffling.
So Vuk turns into a badger.
What is happening?
It's almost my colouring.
I just excited, I suppose.
Go on.
No, go on.
Oh, Tom was talking.
I just went, I suppose he's excited. I mean, do I have boots on now? Have they? Did I lose my tiefling hooves, or have I got?
Now, I sort of assumed that when you went back into real boy form, that which is what the mini is called, by the way, boy with an eye. I mean, you know, that no space. That when you did, your feet would have returned back to humanoid feet. Yeah. In which case, your armor, because the way your armor is built, would have formed around them.
I sort of bend down and just sort of run my fingers through it. Go, yep, it's grass. As I look around, what everyone else is doing now.
Well, Vuk appears to have is making grass mud angels, I suppose.
Whilst snuffling.
Face down in the dirt.
Okay.
I get the feeling that I make eye contact with Asta. That both of us are like.
Cleo's very much. Rocks are better.
You find one rock and you're like, solid.
She's all just standing there like something odd is happening.
Etlus, are you joining in the nature? Oh my god.
So, Etlus, there are vines, there is grass, there are trees.
Yeah, all of the above. It's quite.
Yes.
It's sort of in terms of a biome, if you will. There's a certain amount of humid, not rainforest by any stretch, but large trees with big leaves that are made for catching rain. I think of a good vibe for it, really. Yeah, like a humid climate where you'd get like a lot of this. So we're talking Southeast Asia, maybe, like that sort of quite heavy leaves and quite tall trees.
Okay, I think this will be slightly unlike home, but it's very much just like this kind of run off the ship and kind of that whole picture Sound of Music twirling in the twirling in the
Hey, two of the party have lost their minds.
It's more of a just sweep a hand over the grass and like run towards the trees and kind of placing a hand on each one, turning around, and then we'll just rest a hand on the tree that they stop at and kind of stare up at it. And then their face kind of begins to fall.
So,
are you? Sorry,
Vuk gets up and runs. Vuk gets up and runs to join them, and says, "What have you found? What? Oh, what's wrong?"
I guess I just thought that when we found trees, I'd be able to say that I was okay.
You will be able to sometime.
Atlas, are you trying to talk to the tree?
A little bit.
Okay.
In a very...
Hang on, I think I've got...
Well...
Go on.
No, speak with animals. I thought I had to speak with plants.
No, it's a third level spell somehow. It's harder to speak to plants than animals. Who knew? However,
yeah, makes sense.
That being said, Lola, if you try and talk to the tree, what do you say?
It would be a hello. It's lovely to meet you. I wonder, do you know my auntie or Marilinda, or do you know my mum? Have you? And we'll just kind of list off names and we'll wait for an answer.
You wait for a good 5-10 seconds and you feel like might just be a tree. And then you hear from the creaks and groans as the tree moves in the wind, you understand it. And what it says is,
I'm terribly sorry. I don't know any of those people. But hello?
Hi. I just wanted to tell them that I was okay. I guess.
Our network is quite limited here. The island is not large, but we can certainly try and share the message.
That would be wonderful. Would be fun. I guess if there's a pause, a thinking pause. So you can't communicate with trees off this island, then?
We can. Our messages are sent in our seeds, so it takes time, but the message will spread if that's what you want it to do. We're always eager to help if we can.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can try and help take seeds with me as well, but I guess it's just going to be a little bit slower than I thought to get to. Wait.
I'm sorry, we'd love to be of more help.
No, it's absolutely all right.
Okay.
Do you need anything?
Oh, you're very
What's it
kind.
like being here?
It wasn't too long ago that we were on the ground. And now the network's a bit smaller and it's a bit quieter than we're used to, but it's not the worst thing.
I suppose that's a thing that I've been learning too, that change isn't all bad. But I guess the network being smaller is a little bit lonelier.
No, but it means the quieter ones are a bit louder.
That can be nice too.
Indeed it is.
Yeah. Do you get many visitors?
No. No. Not a lot of people speak to the trees.
But are there lots of people?
No. Not since we lost contact with the rest and stopped being on the ground.
Okay. Okay.
But if you need any help, all you need to do is ask.
I'm sure that if we need any help, I will, though I don't think we should be fine. We're just coming to get something, so...
All right.
If you didn't have it on your sheet yet, Lola, you can speak to plants.
Yeah.
You have an ability called Speech of Beast and Leaf, which you didn't know you had.
Ooh, yeah.
Very useful.
I'm gonna add it now. I'm gonna add it later, actually. Figure out how to
I can write it on my hand. It just says tree.
Yes.
From all of your perspectives, Lola, Etalus ran up to a tree and has been looking at it rather intently, but apart from that, you have no idea what's going on. Look, you're right there going, is Etalus okay?
I travelled with Etalus, so I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, but also I think that I would have seen something like this before. I wouldn't be sure of what's happening, but I would have. I don't think I will be. I don't think they'll be thinking that anything untoward is happening.
No. Wait till you meet the evil trees.
Yeah, well, that's
Will you help me do crime?
Go and burn that one down. It is it is a splitter. The tree doesn't say that. It's a nice tree. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
How would you all like to progress? The clearing thickens out into this sort of quite heavy forest quite quickly, and it's not obvious where you need to go, but Griff did recommend detect magic.
Oh, I will start ritual casting. Are we going to try and be quiet, or are we just going to go as quickly as possible? We don't want to draw attention, I guess, because if we drew and the ship goes, we're in trouble.
Well, I mean, I suppose, though the tree did say that there weren't very many people around.
Okay, well, that's handy to know.
Speed? We're quite good at fighting, maybe, and they did sound like they would just leave us here.
Yeah.
Yeah, speed. Yeah, no, okay. Let's go then.
Not very helpful on either count, but I'll see what I can do.
I can kind of show you how to move. Like, it's not exactly the same, but I can kind of show you how to move through the forest. Like,
Is this your background feature? Is this what this is?
It might just be flavor. No, literally. Let me.
I don't know what your background is. There's a background feature about moving at some speed through wooded areas, and I assumed you might have it.
Right. Okay.
No.
Never mind.
I don't. Do I remember my background?
I don't know. I don't know what your background is. Who remembers their background? I mean,
hey, I'm a courtier, so
yeah, we've discussed why your background's weird.
I'm an outlander.
Oh, okay, fine. So it's about mapping and tracking. That's fine.
Yeah.
I will
so
say
I can
that
definitely find shit.
Yeah. I will say that you are welcome to roll a survival check, and you'll be helping the entire party move through this space at some speed, and also not trying to draw too much attention to yourselves. No need for stealth checks.
Can I do it with a little bit of Mask of the Wildishness of like you use some of this to like?
Oh, I see. You want to share your Mask of the Wild ability?
Kind of, maybe.
If you can describe to me how you will share that ability with the rest of this party, some of whom are not naturey in any way, shape, or form, I will let it happen because of the sheer lols.
Okay. So I think Vuk is possibly sort of okay. It's a little bit more colourful in places, but I definitely did paint those vines and like trees and everything all the way up the leg. So it's kind of like, it should be fine if you kind of stick to these kind of areas and like the shape. But I'm sure you know that already. We'll kind of look quizzically at the others and go, and we'll kind of gently liberate some like leaves and some of the dead leaves and be like, can I we'll just approach them and be like, can I
I mean, previously you rubbed mud on my face when we in the woods, so this is better.
Okay.
This is better. Full
We'll
of
happily,
predator.
like,
If it's
going to
this or mud, I'll take this.
Everyone's adorned with leaves. Good.
Yeah.
In which case, roll a survival check, and I think for that lovely bit of roleplay, there's a little bit of advantage in that survival check. Why not?
Okay.
Why not indeed?
We're all just wearing like flower crowns.
Little flower crowns.
I hope that these are good. Okay, you know what? One of them was a 6, the other one was a 14. So +7 is a 21.
Lovely. You can all move through the wood area. If anything, considering your experiences over the last week or so, this feels probably the most natural to all of you in terms of how you move through spaces, because I mean, it's slightly sort of heavier, thicker atmosphere and definitely warmer than you're used to, but moving through this space is perfectly comfortable. Astor, you said you ritual casted Detect Magic, yes?
Yeah, I'm not actually casting it. You've got to be joking.
That's fine.
It only lasts for 10 minutes.
Talk me through Detect Magic ranges and that sort of thing, and how it looks for you and how you visualize that.
The range is 30 feet from me. I will be continuously ritual casting it.
That's fine.
Because it takes 10 minutes to ritual cast, and it's only live for 10 minutes. So
that's fine.
The whole way that we go, I'm just muttering under my breath. And if you listen in, it does sound like I'm being really grumpy. Like, oh, fine. Yes.
How do you visualize Detect Magic? What does it look like for you?
I think it's probably, because it's very academic and it's come from the wizard side, I think it's probably very traditional, like things light up with the colour of the school of magic that they're from.
Sure.
And I am not 100% certain what that means. And I look at it and go, that one's definitely green.
All right, what colour would you, Emma, like evocation to be?
Red, obviously.
Cool. As you do this, and it is a very limited range, only 30 feet, so it's a very limited range, you suddenly know that there is a red pulse outside of that range that you can still see with Detect Magic. The magical essence is so strong that it...
Wow.
Yeah.
That way.
Wow.
Like, straight that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, that's bright.
What?
That's
What
good.
do you see?
Actually, I should make a note that red is evocation, because they did say evocation on the ship.
Always useful.
Always useful.
But yeah, there is almost like a sort of searing red hot pinprick, and it's like there. You know exactly what you're looking for, and it is somewhat unnerving because that much evocation magic feels like, wee, that's a spicy meatball.
That's
But yes.
radioactive.
Moving through the jungle space, it's not really jungle, moving through this sort of wooded area, you do occasionally hear sounds of life. You'll hear the sort of growls of smaller animals, and there's insects buzzing around. It's definitely natural and lived in, and might be a bit of a gear shift from what you're used to so far. Those of you who are rangers and nature clerics and all the rest, this feels lived in. It feels inhabited, and it feels like ecosystem. There is something running and working here, and that's quite nice. There's a definite sense of that.
Life.
Up ahead, before too long, because this island is not that big, within about an hour, you will start seeing broken bits of stone. They look like they were sort of originally formed into arches or similar things, but have clearly broken down over time. Quite a few of them are quite overgrown. But as you move forward, you are beelining towards what looks like a hulk of a building with trees grown through it and around it. The building itself is probably the equivalent of about 2 stories high, made of stone, and clearly has a tower, probably quite central in it, that appears to have a small spire on top that would probably just about crest over the top of the trees if you were flying in and looking. But at ground level, you can sort of get the sense of the shape of the thing in between the trees, but it's not until you're right on top of it that you realize that it is there, because the trees literally go through it and around it. The stonework is... it looks relatively refined. There's a lot of detailing in what's there, but it's all overgrown and broken and old. Which of you would have the most knowledge of this sort of thing? Probably Cleo, I'd say, because of stone. It looks like some of this was broken and shaken and damaged, not by vegetation growing through it, by some kind of earthquake. You can surmise pretty fairly that this island was torn out of the ground and floated up into the sky. That's probably what happened. But yeah, it's definitely ruined, but not unassailable. There is an archway that seems to lead inside that you can easily find and make your way towards. And as to the glowing red hot, there's definitely something here, is definitely ahead and inside the space.
Well, it's definitely here.
Good.
Do we know if the crystals have been mined and are sort of waiting and presented, or are they still in the rock itself?
That was the impression I got, was that they would be kind of like almost like hoarded in a safe somewhere.
Yeah.
Disappointing. Okay.
I mean, we could keep looking for...
We're not going mining.
Well, not with that attitude, we're not.
We need to hurry up so they don't leave without us because we're expendable.
I will also point out that mining an island, especially a floating island, could be extremely dangerous.
Yeah,
let's keep digging in. Oh, God!
Straight through the bottom, that's not going to work.
Not that there aren't floating sky mines, but, you know.
Any indication of where the safe is?
Like a little lockbox safe. As you move inside, the inside of this space, there's clearly like a lot of damage to it, but the central structure of it is still intact. There appears to be a central altar space of some description. Light comes in through various holes and cracks in the ceiling, so that's fine. The altar itself looks like a sort of raised dish, almost, or similar. And as you move in and look around, Astel, the glow is coming from below the dish. Like, just in the ground underneath it, effectively. But you can't see any way of accessing it.
I'm guessing that dish is probably what we need to point light at.
Okay. Right. Puzzles. Crack. Okay.
Seriously, though, like, why? Like, who made this? Like, why?
I assume they had a lot of time on their hands, rather than just sort of like, you know, those sort of things where they're like, oh, we're going to put all our secrets, so you need to find like a ram's head and a raven key. It's ridiculous. Word puzzles as well.
Can I investigate and see if I can see anything that looks...
Of course you can.
Like a solid clue.
Absolutely.
That is an 18.
Looking around where the walls are still intact and where you can see them, there's a lot of inscription on them in a language you don't understand.
Are you sure? Because I speak a lot of languages now.
Interesting. What is the list of languages that you now speak along with your cool braid?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Deep Speech, Dwarvish, Elvish, Giant, Undercommon, and I can learn new languages.
Holy crap.
Do you want to use this opportunity to learn a new language? I would allow that the braid lets you pick it up from writing as well as hearing.
Can I eventually unlearn languages, or is it like once it's learned, it's done?
I think for the sake of everyone's sanity, yes, you can unlearn and relearn languages. Otherwise, dear God.
I've unlearned French.
It's there.
I will review the text and let the thingy do its work.
As you review the text and look at it more carefully, it's... who has seen Arrival?
Yeah.
What?
It's a film.
I've had a rival.
Yeah.
I've seen like... The Rivals by Sheridan.
It did take a little bit to pass that, yes.
Sorry, yes.
The Amy Adams one with all the aliens in the tanks. Is that
aliens in the tanks?
No.
I can't remember. But there's a language acquisition part of that where It's almost like you hear an almost Hans Zimmer like boom, but then it seems to coalesce in your head into noise that sounds, and you can almost read out loud as the words start to form. And there's if you watch Astel, there's an almost flicker in the braid that is through Astel's hair as this happens, as you start to pick up the language from the written word in front of you.
That's very cool.
Right, this is weird, but I couldn't read it, and now I can read it. So,
Great.
Right.
The bits of what look like a design that would have gone around the entire room that you can still see, and it's not all of it, because quite a bit of it's broken and damaged, seem to describe, you rolled an 18, yes? Yes. Seem to describe a sort of pilgrimage or passage, i.e. people would come here to get blessed, to receive Cole's blessing and wisdom. The charter is mentioned throughout as being the reason that they have followed this blessing and this path, so it ties in with the stuff that perhaps was saying about proclaimers and how this process works. A lot of importance is given to light, to seeing the light, to allowing Cole's light in and allowing Cole's light to shine knowledge and that sort of thing. And in that process, you can see that there appear to be, as depicted on these, various mirrors and other things around this space that can be directed towards the central urn.
all right, Aslam, it is a mirror puzzle, so you're on.
Do you look for mirrors?
Yes.
Was that what you're saying? Okay, roll me either investigation or perception check. I will allow either for this because there's a certain amount of going up and fossicking as well as looking.
Yeah.
Lovely
that
word.
is a investigation of 15.
Lovely. Looking up at the ceiling, quite a few of the pieces around here that would clearly have redirected light appear to be broken. However, there are some, the mirrors are very tarnished, but they will clearly still function. As you try and move them, you note that they are designed to catch light coming in from a certain point in this temple and then redirect it. However, the point where you're redirecting that light from is clearly fallen in and broken to a certain extent. Where the tower was, and light would clearly shine down that tower in a sort of straight line down and then be angled and moved around. The tower itself is broken, so you can't get the right kind of beam of light that you're looking for.
Or, look here, extra hole in the ceiling. But we could just move the mirror. I was just babbling away to myself. Just like, we could hit it with a hammer. I could fly up. I could move the mirrors. Yeah.
Cleo, hang on. What's the game? What's the puzzle?
Right. Okay. So, right. So,
May regret
light
this.
would come, bounce from that one to that one to that one to hit the bowl. We want to get the light in the bowl. So the choices are: we move the mirrors, we make extra holes, or if looks around. I don't think any of us can just produce. I mean, I can not fire. We're not doing fire. Did we bring bags? Because if we're gonna have to carry like rocks, I mean,
I can
Cleo's gonna be
carry rocks.
I always have a bag with me, but I'm not very strong.
I am stronger than Asta, and I can carry.
Definitely true.
Let's do it that way around.
Vuk's also very strong because of the armor, just to be clear.
Indeed.
Okay, so we can
carry lots of things.
It's doing the crouch and the sort of the cupped hands.
I think moving the mirrors is going to be the easiest option.
Okay.
Correct.
Where should we move mirrors to?
Well, first we identify where the light is coming in.
Yes.
And then we start manipulating it with the mirrors.
I will allow that because we're not using maps or trying to like perfectly align things, it doesn't make any sense to do it in an RPG context, that with the roles we already have, plus a plan in place, it would be easy enough to try and find a beam of light coming in from one of the holes in the ceiling and then redirect the mirrors as they are to make that beam of light bounce into the bowl, the cradle in the center. Is everyone taking part in this?
Well, certainly.
Yeah.
In my
As long as I'll do what I'm directed.
Is anyone that you're not making any extra holes? You're not trying to clear the tower so the light comes down from the top center point. You're just using an existing space and just picking up mirrors and holding them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. This may seem like an odd question, but hear me out. Ustam, I presume because you can fly, that you will move up quite high, probably about, it's relatively tall, about 60 feet up, to be able to redirect the first beam down.
Yeah.
Cool. I reckon it would take another 2 with the way that all of the debris in here is worked out. Can I check who else is holding a mirror and what kind of distance from the center bowl you'd like to be?
I think with Vuk as the least sort of dexterous person, I imagine he's on the ground, sort of doing the last leg.
The last leg. That's fine. Cool. So you'd be quite close to center then. So if you imagine it comes in, bounces off to something else, and then you're in the middle going down into the bowl right below. Very hard to get that wrong.
I think Astel is also stood in that kind of area because Astel's been going like slightly left, slightly right.
Yeah. Directing.
Atlas is literally, well, if Cleo didn't want to hold it, would be holding it and just kind of going. And following directions.
Again, a little bit like Atlas. You could see where the light's going, Atlas. Just step into that. No, other right.
Cleo wouldn't have picked up a mirror because she wouldn't want to get it wrong, but if someone has asked her to or given her a mirror, then she is reasonably strong and very dexterous. She is very happy to maneuver mirrors balanced on things.
It sounds like the people have the mirrors, so in which case would you be assisting Etelus with his mirror, or would you, like Astel's assisting Vuk with his, or would you just be sort of ready nearby to help anybody who needs assistance?
Has Etelus in any way communicated that he would...
This is how it works.
They just look very confused.
Oh, bless.
Etelus left.
That involves subtext and people skills, so no, Cleo is hanging back because the rest of my more competent party...
No, ask for help. Oh my God, ask for help.
Stronger, more dexterous, and more intelligent than me.
It's very much a case of Ursula is telling them one thing, Astel is also telling them a thing, and they're just like, I don't get it. Can Cleo?
Aster and Uslam know better than I do.
For goodness,
just tilt it to the left slightly. This way.
I will go and physically tilt the right way.
Thank you. So we have 2 of you right next to the bowl, 2 of you, I'm going to say, about 30 feet away from the bowl, and Uslam 60 feet up in the air, yes?
Mm-hmm.
No reason why, obviously. No reason I'm preparing for this definite combat encounter, obviously.
I'm just going to go out the hole and out. Bye!
As the beam of light enters onto Uslam's mirror, which then passes down to Etelus and Cleo's mirror, which then passes down to Vuk, so just is being pointed down directly into the bowl. As the light fills the bowl, the 2 of you closest will see this best, obviously. As the light enters the bowl, it seems to magically become liquid. And it starts to slosh around the bowl and fill it, like it's being filled with light as a liquid, which is... It's got that strange sort of slightly ethereal, mystical quality of this has come out of absolutely nowhere in this quite dead, quite quiet space, and suddenly there's this magical effect just rollicking. Yes,
Does it look like you shouldn't touch it?
I mean, on a scale of 1 to touch it, I'm pretty sure I know where you fall. Are you going to touch it?
I really want to.
Drink some mercury.
Okay. Do you put your hand in it?
Yeah, just like one finger, just to see what it feels like.
Sure. As you put your hand into it, I mean, this is a very strange thing about how humans work, so I'm going to assume it's how ASMR work as well. We can't technically feel wet. We can feel hot and we can feel cold, and we know that water makes things feel colder to us, which is why it feels wet. Mm-hmm. As you dip your finger in, it feels cold, but then there's a lovely glowing, tingly warmth that radiates from it that seems to spread up your hand a little bit. Not in a sort of scary, oh my God, it's going to hurt me way. More in a, you start to, considering how other people have referred to your glowing, it might be very similar.
Oh, nice.
Doesn't hurt though. It doesn't cause any lasting damage. It's just a sort of lovely, warm, tingly feeling. As this liquid sort of sloshes and flows and fills, there is a faint stone thunk, and the center of this twists and sinks into the ground slightly. And as it does, there's a grinding noise of very, very, very old things moving. And there's a couple of like twangs of vines being snapped and like tearing of moss that was grown over certain places as the center of this pedestal starts to rise up. As this happens, from outside the space, you start to hear strange hoots and growls. You're not quite sure what it is. It's not an owlbear. Before anyone says it, it's not a fucking owlbear.
Oh.
Hoots and growls does not mean owlbear.
Would be an owlbear.
Hoots and Growls would be a fantastic owlbear name.
It's a
Hoots
bear
and
owl.
growls. Yeah.
My pet, Hoots and Growls.
Right. But yeah, you do start to hear, clearly the movement and this amount of thing has started to stir something around here. But as you are all watching, the central plinth is rising. Is there anything anyone would like to do before we roll initiative? Because that is what's about to happen.
Yes.
Can
Shillelagh?
Sure.
I cast heroism on myself?
Fine. It's still the golden glow, yeah?
Can I cast Blade Ward on myself?
Absolutely.
I'm going to put the mirror back so I don't just throw it
Can
on
I
the
let
ground.
go of the mirror?
Oh no, I'm gonna shatter that mirror. I've got a death frisbee and I'm gonna use it.
It's like, okay, so remember these are artifacts. We don't break anything we put into the escape.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Stop breaking the props.
You're going to try and fit it back into its casing. Fine, I'll allow that you try and fit it back into its casing, no problem. Etlus, Cleo, do you drop yours or do you like sort of slightly like reverentially place it down?
Yeah, I'm kind of at loss. I did like put it back. Put it back.
I would place it. We can't break it. That would be bad.
Yeah.
So you spend a turn putting the mirror back. I appreciate that from both of you, whereas Vuk just goes, sod it, and drops the mirror.
No, I'm keeping hold of it. Sorry. I'm
Oh, are you going to prank someone with it? Is that the plan?
Yes.
Oh, great, okay.
It's going to be a weapon.
Hold your sin.
Hang on. I just want to check. Ed, have you cast Shillelagh on the mirror?
Yes.
I'm down for this. All right.
Absolutely. I can't touch the mace. I've got the hands full of mirror. I want to have a Shillelagh mirror.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't help you. My hands are full of mirror. Good. Right, everyone please roll me initiative as creatures, there's a definite noise from outside.
Oh, get in. That's hilarious.
21.
Thank you.
Unnatural 20.
Very good.
Oh,
I think it's the highest.
24. Good lord, people. These rolls are amazing.
I have advantage and +5.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Ting, ting. Yeah.
So I think you may have left me with the final putting back of the mirror because I rolled a 10.
Great. Okay. That really scans. That's good.
I just run across the room going,
whoa. So I just rolled for the monsters, and you all rolled high, but the monsters rolled high as well.
Rude.
Hey.
Fascinating. Cleo.
Yes.
At various points throughout this space, there is howling and screeching, and 3 quite large creatures are going to bound into the space.
Puppies?
No, they're not puppies.
Oh.
They have 6 legs, and all of the legs end in sharp pincer-style just spikies. The mouth is somewhere between a lion and a bee.
What?
I'm now just imagining a bee's face with a mane.
Yeah.
I mean, to a certain extent, yes, but also it's instead of mandibles, it has a roaring, gaping mouth.
Fine. Right.
Anyway, these 3 come bounding into the room. There's an almost ape-like movement to them in their speed and their agility, but they are leaping into the room and they are all converging on this space. We don't use maps, so we can define this as we go. What would you like to do as they come bounding into this space? Because you go first in initiative.
Do they look like they want to eat us, or are they just here to play and show us the mysteries of the temple?
Yeah, can we talk to them?
You can.
Okay, would you like to roll a free insight check?
I've got
I would love that.
No action, just go for it. Insight check, why not?
Can I check
love
again?
puzzles.
You can't hear the high-pitched snoring that the dog is doing currently.
That is an absolute waste of a nat 20 for 26.
What is wrong with you? Okay, good.
I'm rolling a different dice each time. It is just me. I am sorry.
Becca, we know how well you roll. We've seen it live. It's terrifying.
I love this.
With a natural 20, They all seem to be. There's definite, like, looking at them, there's what I would describe as Predator vibes. Not Predator, the TV movie thing.
Okay.
Predator as in animal predator vibes.
Yes.
Like, so they are definitely, these are hunters. They are definitely hunting, and you think you probably just attracted their attention.
Okay. And last time we had a fight, Uslam and Attalus went very poorly. Correct. So, how close are they together at the moment?
All three have come in from different sides, so they're all quite spaced out around you.
Cool. He's so squishy. Can I get in between Uslam and one of them and
Uslam's
hit
currently
that
60
one?
feet in the air.
Oh, then we're fine. Can I get in between Attalus and one of them?
Yeah, sure.
So in the air going, hi!
One bounding up behind you and Attalus, you can square off and make sure it doesn't get through to Attalus. That's fine by me.
Fantastic. In a shocking, overwhelmingly surprising turn of events.
You're going to hit it with your hammer
Yeah. I'll do it twice and see how hurt it looks, and then decide if I'm going to flurry of blows. If
Absolutely.
That's all right.
Yeah, of course.
Time.
Spectacular. Okay, the first one was a nat 1, so that.
They move for you quite strangely because they've got 6 arms, legs, you're not quite sure what the configuration is, but they have a sort of skitter. So they bound like an ape would, but they also have a skittering, like left and right movement like a crab would. So
weird.
This is mad. I love it.
So to a certain extent, they appear to be, they're faster than you thought they would be, and the first swing hits the ground as you try and swing over and hit the ground instead.
With a nat 1, it hits my toe, and I'm very embarrassed as I'm trying to explain it. And then I'll try again. I got an 18 for the second one.
For the second what?
Sorry, I get 2 attacks, so for my second attack, I got an 18.
Is that part of your flurry of blows?
No, I have 2 attacks per turn. Because
you're level 3.
Oh, then I did that wrong last time. I'm glad we noticed then.
We flash back to the ship.
No. It's fine. We're level 3. These things happen.
I'm not used to playing all the way down here, like I said. Yes,
your second attack would be your martial arts offhand, or you can flurry of blows to do 2.
I will flurry of blows.
Great, no problem.
I'll spend a key point. I am very embarrassed about getting that wrong earlier.
No, don't worry. It's not a big deal. You were all doing very well in the fight. I don't feel bad about it.
Okay, so the first one was an 18 to hit, and the second one was a 16 to hit.
Neither of those hit.
Ooh, interesting. Then I will use the rest of my movement just to look big and predatory, that's the word, in front of it, so I look delicious.
It's the movement. They're not armoured much. They just move with this like dexterous bounding back and forth, and your swings go wide. Slum.
All
are 60 feet up in the air.
Oh, thank goodness I have
Always
ranged
helpful.
attacks. Again, just reach my hand down to where the sword would be, but with the other hand, Eldritch Blast down into, let's say not one of the ones that Cleo went for. But
Cleo only went for one of them. There's currently another one bounding in sort of behind Vuk and Astel, and there's another one that will go where it chooses at this point.
I'll go for the one that's just like, hey, I'm a free soul. You can't stop me.
Cool.
So as a blast goes out of my hand, that is a 15 to hit. But
you miss. It again does a strange skitter left and right, and the blast skips off the stone in front of it. Out. Bonus action.
I mean, my bonus action would be to Hexblade Curse, but it's probably not worth it on one of these. But who knows? I don't. Actually, I have to be within 30 feet. So
do you stay 60 feet up?
I will drop 30 feet down. So I'm
cool.
just.
So you're hovering. You're keeping some distance.
Yeah.
Did you put the mirror back?
Yes. That was my preparation return to put the items out.
It's very clear on how he put the mirror back, so that's absolutely fine.
He did, yes.
Vuk.
So,
twat it with a mirror.
Well, that's the thing is, how far away are they? Because I'm definitely not going to get there, I don't think.
They are bounding towards you, and you still have 30 feet of movement now because of your armor, so you can easily step up to one of them if you wish.
So, I'm standing by the bowl. Is the bowl still full of the light?
Yes. The bowl is also still like rising out of the ground, revealing something. We're not there yet. And turn.
That's what I mean. I'm going to stay by that,
and try and guiding bolt one of them.
Oh, I thought you might throw the mirror.
I mean, that's going to happen, but I want to try guiding bolt first.
Okay.
So
I'll throw the mirror when I'm damn good and ready.
exactly. Unnatural 20.
Oh.
Which one are you going for? There's one bounding towards you and Astel. There's another one that appears to be just like grooving out, waiting to see where it needs to go. And there's one that's squared up to Cleo.
Yes, I'm going to go for the one. The one going for Astel.
Sure.
For.
I mean, you hit it.
Oh, come on! What? That's a really weird cock, but it's taken it as a 5. I'll take that. 18 damage.
Sorry, Ed, I'm a child. That's a really weird cock. Just really got me.
Welcome back to That's a Really Weird Cock. As we look at these beautiful monastic drawings. Why did they put that in?
It was literally the animation on the. I don't need to explain this. It's not going to get any better.
Never explain yourself, Ed.
What's the visual? What's the visual on your guiding bolt as it goes?
Sorry, yes. Well, so it's a. Hang on. What's he going to do? It's going to be.
Is it still coming from the reliquary?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yes, exactly. So it's opening that, and the rainbow blast comes out, which is why it then becomes whatever it is the guiding bolt does. I've now forgotten.
The next person who hit it has advantage.
Yes.
This one is rimmed in light, and the hit looks like it hit it quite hard. These creatures apparently are high AC, low hit points. Nice. So you appear to have done significant damage to it with that one hit.
Great. Protect yourselves, I think is going to be the only cry.
Just to check, does this mean that you held the mirror in one hand briefly while you cast a spell with the other? Because it's quite impressive. We've got a big mirror. I would like you all to imagine the acrobatics. There we go.
I tell you what it's going to be. It's the thing that the other leg is going to come up, and it's going to be a unique.
Balance it between a knee and a... Wow, okay.
Yeah, that's the idea.
The one that you just guiding bolted is going to move forward. They are surprisingly quick, 40 feet around, and it will bound forward. And I think it's going to leap on you, Vuk, because you just hit it and it doesn't like that.
Yeah. The foot will come down and I will put the mirror up to it to see if it doesn't like its own face.
Now it just thinks there's a second one there and it's really crossed. Like,
I mean, they are animals. It is not smart. Now the question is, would it fall for that? I'll roll an intelligence check. It's the safest and fairest thing to do.
Yeah.
Or it could fall in love.
I'm not expecting anything from this at all, but I love the idea.
It'll probably just barrel into you. I'm going to give you a certain amount of extra shielding because of the mirror. I think that's quite fun. Cool. Right. So it rolls to attack you.
Uh-huh.
The first, stabbing leg just, scratches across the mirror in a horrible screech.
Ooh.
The second, what is your AC?
Mighty 20.
Cool. With this extra, it's 22. So, no. With the extra 22, they've rolled a 20. That's what I was checking. So, as the first one screeches across, the second one punches, and the shield you had just shatters into 1,000 pieces. That's a 2. It gets 2 more. 23, that one will get through to you as it comes in, but that's only a 10, so it doesn't. It is now on you. Now, because of your size and the armor, you're sort of like you're holding it off, but as its two upper arms clearly designed to grab, sort of push in, the middle one's just and one of them gets through your mighty armor and does you 5 points of damage.
Fair enough.
Cleo, the one that you are on will also try and strike out at you 3 times. 10 will not hit. 24 probably will.
Yeah, maybe.
And a 23 as well. So, we have 1, 2. So that is 7, 5, 13 total. It will jab at you, probably with some of the larger ones, the larger foreclaws, and will jab in a couple of times and get around your protection. The third one will move around this. Who's it going to go for, Etelis or Astel? It's the age-old question.
In this party.
Or is it going to do that? Because they are very competent climbers. I think it's pretty fucking cool, so I'm going to go for this if everyone's okay with it. They have a climb speed of 40. They are as good at climbing as they are, so it is going to leap onto various bits of rubble and scuttle, and is going to leap in the air and try and grab Uslam out of the air.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's badass.
Because you went down to 30 feet high and it has a climb speed of 40. I think that's cool. We're going to go with that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Uslam, let's see what happens. I'm going to make this first attack that if it hits, it manages to sort of impact you, if that's okay. 20?
That does hit.
I'm going to fly down. Oh no, that's not what I want to do! It just leaps through and is going to slam into you and bring you down to ground level. So the first hit is less of the claw piercing through and more of just the impact of falling 30 feet. There's 7 points of damage from the first hit. And it's going to try and hit you twice more. 14?
Nope.
God, my rolls today. 22?
Yes.
Again, one of these little stabbing things gets through for 8 points of damage.
Ooh.
I'm going to say, for the benefit of everyone's spatial awareness, that Cleo, Vuk, Uslam are in basic thirds around this central plinth now with the things all around, so you're all relatively close together.
Cool.
When you say relatively close together, close enough to get all three of them in a sort of 30-foot cone?
It depends. Would you want that cone to pass through the evocation magic gem that's definitely there? And you know is there, and you've been warned about making it hot.
I'm going cold.
Oh, interesting.
Is that going to be better?
I don't know. Let's see. If heat specifically makes it do that, then cold would just make it brittle. Don't smash it. Cool. If you'd like. Do you want... Actually, you're an evoker. Do you want to avoid hitting the crystal?
As well?
Can I do that without hitting? Because presumably I can angle it that I can catch three of them without necessarily catching one of my allies.
Etelus is a bit further back because avoided this situation, and Cleo stepped into defense. So I would allow that Etelus is probably out of range. How many things can you not hit?
3.
3.
So it depends whether I can angle it so that I can potentially not catch Vuk, but catch the creature.
Okay. I think I would allow that you can hit 2 of the creatures and avoid 2 of your allies, and also avoid hitting the crystal.
I'm flat on my back, aren't I? Does that make a difference?
No, you're holding your weight up. You are very big.
Uslam is flat.
Yeah. Uslam has this thing at his face going, no!
Interesting.
Just imagining Buck's trunk just straight up in the air.
Tom?
Yeah.
I think we'll do this fairly. If you would allow that hit made you prone, then Astor can aim up and avoid you.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I went right on my front and knocked me to my back. So yeah, I'm prone.
Then you are currently prone.
Okay.
But that means that you can do this, and that's totally
So
fine.
I can get all 3 of them and avoid the crystal.
And avoid the crystal and your 2 allies who will be hit by it, absolutely.
Con saves then, please.
Is it rhymes again? Is it the frost one?
Yes.
No resistances. Con saves. We have a 6.
Nope.
A 10.
Nope.
And a 5.
Their speed is entirely reduced to 0, all of them. Does that change their AC? Because you said their AC was based on their speed and how they moved.
Oh.
Rules as writ.
I know, but they can't move.
Is the best rules lawyer in.
Can we come to it depending on what happens?
Yeah, they take 9 points of damage anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah,
all
but
3 of them.
Their speed is reduced to 0, and they are hindered by ice for 1 minute, or until it or another creature uses an action to break away the ice.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good spell, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Okay. They're not restrained or anything. Their speed is just 0. Then the visual I will go for, if you're okay with it, is that they are frozen to the floor by a block of ice in some respects, but they're still able to flail and move. So I'm going to knock 2 off their AC, because I think that's fair. I think it's a cool use, and I will allow that. And their movement speed is 0, but they can still do dex saves. Everything else is perfectly fine, because some of them is not in one place.
Yeah, fine.
Cool.
That's very, very generous. Thank you.
I think it's very cool. I want to value the coolness.
Yeah.
Then can I slip off the plinth to try and see where these crystals are going to appear?
Where this is moving up, you can see that there's a chamber underneath that is being revealed. It looks like it would have been a sort of stone pillar, but like there's a hole on the inside where there's something. You can't see it yet because it moves at the end of...
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Can I stand in the place where I think it's going to appear?
You can stand next to it, yes, which is currently where you basically are. That's totally fine. If you like, you can sort of sidle around away from Vuk slightly to not be dealing with the big heavy thing that's there. It's up to you.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit.
That's fine. Okay.
I am the tank.
Correct. Etulus.
Okay, one of them is squaring off against Cleo.
Correct.
Vuk is wrestling one of them.
Correct. And one is on top of Uslam.
On top of Uslam. Okay.
Everybody's occupied.
Not my face!
Not my beautiful face!
My people!
In which case, we're gonna Hunter's Mark. The one I'm gonna step further away, so I've got like a nice view of all three of them.
Yeah, you're not in combat range. You're fine.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna Hunter's Mark. And do a shooty shoot on the one that is on top of Uslam.
It's true. Our boy does seem to be the most in threat now.
Oh, it did not. No.
As the arrow just goes into my neck. I'm like,
No, it's a 16, so it's.
No, as it flies. Actually, no. We decreased their fucking armor class. Their AC is now 16, so you.
Okay.
I am.
Yay.
No, I was saying this to Emma, I want to be more like if a player says I want to do a cool thing and tries it, I want to be saying yes more often. So
yeah,
right.
Be proud of us.
In which
I am.
case-
It's great choices.
Yeah.
That is max damage from the longbow, so that is 12.
Ooh.
And it was only 2 from the Hunter's Mark, but.
I mean, it's considerable. The creature frozen in the ice and therefore unable to move quite as quickly as it usually would screeches. So I'd like you to imagine you're lying on the floor and so this thing's going right in your face as an arrow starts poking out of its side.
I scream back in Infernal.
Nice. It doesn't even look like a tiefling anymore. It's just weird now.
Yeah. It's still just grumbly, and I'm like, pardon me.
Yeah. Cool. At the end of the round, the plinth, that horrible grinding stone noise continues as it irises up. And as you're there, and specifically we're looking for this, you can see underneath it, there's a crystal about the size of a fist-sized quartz clump.
Wow.
It is a blue crystalline structure. It has been taken out of stone, so it is clearly growing out of a stone piece. And if your detect magic is still up, which 10 minutes, I'm going to assume that it still is to a certain extent, the evocation magic radiating off this thing is unreal.
Does it look like I could potentially pick it up? I know I can't right now, but does it look like it's going to be really heavy?
It's sitting loose in this chamber.
Fine.
Yeah. It's picking something up a free action. It is on your turn.
On your turn, but not outside of your turn.
It's right there.
Oh! I can see it.
Good.
Is that the fuel? That's what we need. Not very big.
I think so.
I mean, I'm saying this. I realise I'm probably not.
Also, size judgment much? Cool. Cleo, it is your turn.
Right, I missed all 3 attacks and got eaten last time, so I would like to flurry of blows and just go for 3 attacks straight away.
AC is a bit lower now, so, you know.
And I rolled really quite badly last time, but I didn't enjoy being eaten. Okay, this is better. The lowest is a 19, and then 21 and 22.
Yeah. They all hit.
There we go. That's why you have a +7 to hit, you see.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is my D10. Ooh, that's a 9, so 14 points of damage.
Crunch. You smash it with the hammer.
Nice. Good work.
And then 2d4 plus 10 for my 2 unarmed. Oh, lovely.
Might do
7
it.
points of damage.
You do. 16 was the magic number. How do you want to take this one down?
Nice.
What part of me did it eat last time?
It didn't chomp. It used its spiky hand claws to, and they're not claws. They're almost like prongs
Wow.
So like Lego people.
No, singular prong.
Oh, okay.
So you got jabbed. You got skewer jabbed, yes.
Kebab skewers, okay. In that case, I will just thwack it with the hammer, but then for the unarmed, can I extract the skewer and like bend it back with the first one and stab it with itself with the second?
Wow. Nice.
I am a pacifist in real life.
Let all this stuff out. It's good.
Okay.
Works well.
Rebecca, this is my visual. Tell me if I have it wrong.
Gotta remember I am dainty.
You use the hammer to thwack it, and you move its entire corpus, but it's still frozen in ice somewhat, so it sort of stretches out awkwardly, meaning that it almost falls flat on its face. At which point you grab the arm, you push it forward, then you shunt it into its own face.
For the pushing it forward, I'd like to, if possible, whatever the insecty bee lion equivalent is of actually like snapping its wrist the whole way back, and so using it bent backwards to snap into its face.
Yep. Okay. That's as you do stab it with its own snapped arm thing, it will breathe out horribly and slump forward. If you step back, it'll just fall on its own arm and just the point pencil will just pop out of the back of its own head.
Amazing.
Great, that's my turn. Thank you.
You've got movement.
Oh, I have movement. Vuk is being pincered, isn't he?
Well, wrestled, yeah.
I will move over and get in the way. Actually, how hurt does Vuk look?
Not at all. Aslam on the ground with the thing over him does not look great.
Okay, because I am somewhat hurt. If Vuk is not at all hurt, I will head over to Squishy Aslam and get in the way.
Okay.
To be specific, I am deliberately putting myself in melee range of it to...
It's currently on top of him on the ground, so there's only so much you can insert yourself into that situation, but...
I'll hover awkwardly behind going, excuse me.
Can I cut in? Is that an option? Stop your dash card full.
Just dive under its legs and lie awkwardly on top of Aslam. What's the problem?
This isn't a problem, is it? Yeah.
Hey, how are you doing? As Usum just turns bright red.
Fancy seeing you here.
You've gone a very funny colour. Are you struggling to breathe?
A little bit.
Look, you are wrestling one of them.
So,
you already hit it with a guiding bolt. It's not looking healthy.
Oh, so it's my... so that one's the one that went to me, correct?
Yeah, because you guiding bolted it and then it went, brr, you fucking hit me with a guiding bolt. Brr, 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 brr.
So, would I be able to...
Because no one's...
No, you still have advantage.
So I'm going to... can I shillelagh my mace? Because the thing that I did...
We joked about you shillelaghing the mirror, and it was a very funny joke, but you can very much have shilladed your mace.
That works.
No,
so
eat the mirror.
The mirror's gone.
Yeah, it worked well. But yes, no, let's see. I don't think this is going to work.
Go on.
14. Oh, well.
14 does not hit, I'm afraid. I am sorry.
No, that's fine. It's, I guess it's then...
Was that with advantage, Ed?
Let's try it again. Still 14.
Oh.
Exactly the same thing, but nevertheless. Thank you for reminding me.
It's quite hard to hit something with a stick while you're wrestling it.
This is what I'm imagining. And also, I'm just trying to think if I can do anything with a bonus action. No, how annoying. It's not undead, is it?
No.
That's what I just...
I mean,
always worth asking.
I will be... It's always possible, you know? These creatures look to be hale and hearty. They're not dead and come back to life as far as you can tell.
Right.
That's the best I can give you, I'm afraid. They're not like obvious gaping wound and still running.
No, I see. It was a Hail Mary that did not land. That is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. In which case I am done.
Cool. The one on you is going to try and stabity death you once more.
That's what I should have done.
Go on. Is there something you could have done? Go on.
No. It would mean reconning the whole thing, and I would have attacked it with the thing because I'm being wrestled by it. It's fine.
Cool. Then in which case it will, still wrestling you, try and stab you 3 times.
Right. Bring it.
Your AC is back down to 20.
Yes.
That is a 19.
Yeah.
That is a 10.
That's fine.
That's a nat 1. I knew my luck was going to run out. As it bears over you, you are currently holding 2 of its arms, and its 2 lower ones are like trying to break through your insane armor and having no purchase, no luck, and you're holding its other two arms up so it can't really do much. It's just sort of, it's slavering and growling in your face.
That is absolutely fine. I will deal with this next time.
Cool. Usman, the one on top of you is going to... I mean, why would it not? You're prone under it. Hang on. Did we miss your turn?
We sure did.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so the one over you is about to start stabby-deathing down at you, and it's your turn now. Did Cleo awkwardly insert herself in between the two of you lying down? Because that feels like a very odd thing to have done.
I mean, strategically, it would be great, but absolutely not. That did not happen. Cleo is sort of like awkwardly on the side, trying to like get into its line of sight.
I understand.
But no, she is not physically interposed.
The idea was amazing.
I just, again, like the camera angle of me wrestling and then Cleo's head just appearing next to mine, like, hey.
Trying to draw focus. Yeah, sure.
Hi, you know you're really squishy. I'm like, I'm aware. Actually, that's the thing. So this creature's like rearing back to attack. Usman sort of gets his hand around and goes, okay, first of all, and I realise I should have done this before, fuck you! As Hex comes blasting out.
Right.
And I'll roll my attack and then I'll tell you what happens depending on if this actually works or not.
Fine and dandy-o.
No, 12. No, but I still sort of go, also, and my sword reappears in my hand. Now, if it had worked, I would have let it fall on my sword, but I think I just get the angle slightly wrong. I'm like, I've still got a sword!
Now, Tom, you are not grappled, but you are currently prone. Can I strongly advise you to stand the fuck up?
That's the thing. As it's sort of like, I've got my sword, and then I teddy bear roll and try to get to my feet. I'm like,
Okay, I will give you the choice here, and it's entirely up to you. Do you want to scurry behind Cleo so Cleo takes the brunt of these attacks, or do you want to stand your ground?
There isn't a wrong choice here, Tom.
There is.
There really is. I'm going to make an intelligence roll.
Wow.
What's a pride save?
Exactly.
It was a 6, but I get up. I'm like, good to see you, Cleo. Stagger around. And that's the sort of Cleo's there, and then like my hand appears over her shoulder, just ready to Eldritch Blast. I'm like,
Okay, in which case you will take attack opportunity as you move out of its range.
Fair.
Badoo! 17?
Clunk.
Great. You manage to avoid the hit as it strikes out and moves around. That does mean it will now aim its 3 attacks at Cleo.
My hero.
It was the right choice, Tom, and you did not make it. I'm good, right?
It's okay because I'm the most expendable.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the hole.
Again, like in an anime, you just see like clouds appear above Islam's head. He's like,
that was not the right decision.
That heart meter's going down and down this episode. My God.
Quietly into your ear, like, I'll make it up to you later.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Can you stop having a heart full right in the middle of this combat, please? 24 to hit, Cleo.
Yes, that hits me.
Wow. Nat 1.
Misses.
The monster is somewhat disgusted by the sappiness. And 9, that doesn't hit at all.
Also misses.
So one hit. I got one hit in. Come on. Give me some credit. That is 8 points of damage as it manages to stab you in the side.
I mean, that hurt. Cleo is suddenly looking really quite covered in her silvery blood.
Also me now as well. Like,
Extra like sun.
Why do I keep getting covered in blood?
Astra, it is your turn.
Well, I'm going to grab the crystal as a free action and stick it in my bag.
Totally fine. You do. As you touch it, it thrums. You feel the magic emanating off it. I will give you this, but also as your DM, please don't do this. You feel like if you could probably use this to amplify the power of your spells. If you didn't need it for something else. I'm going to remind
you tell M/Asta this? No.
We don't need to leave this.
I'll just store that away for a sec. How bad does everyone look versus how bad the creatures look? Does it look like my intervention is necessary?
I was going to say we've annihilated one.
Every time Asta comes to investigation, you're like, look at this cool flower.
Doing it again, isn't it?
And to help form my decision, is there part of this crystal that is like wobbly that I could just break off to keep just like a tiny piece for myself?
Oh wow!
Without anyone seeing.
Well, this will make this easier. For one, the party looks
not good,
not well, not well at all. 2 out of 4 of the rest of your party mates look fucked. And you can guess which 2 they are, and you'd be correct. The monsters, one of them is dead, and the other 2 look to be about under half each, so they look quite badly off as well. That being said, the crystal itself, it has no loose wobbly bits. Looking at it, it looks like breaking part of it off would be A, an endeavor, and B, very dangerous.
Right, okay. Into the bag it goes.
Cool.
I will Burning Hands the 2 that are left.
Great. Okay. Dex saves?
Yeah. They're super dexy, aren't they?
Yep.
Fine, I'll second
They're
level
restrained,
again.
though.
Rhymes
So
Binding
they
Ice,
have
they're not
disadvantage.
restrained. They're not
No?
restrained.
Oh,
They're not
okay.
restrained, no, they're just cold.
I'll Binding Ice again, so it's con.
Yeah, their dex is better than their con. Good choice. Okay, 2 con saves. We have a 6
Nice.
and an 18, so 1 passes.
The 18 passes, but it's full damage 14, half damage 7.
Nice.
Okay, the one that Vuk is wrestling collapses, now frozen relatively solid in places. The point where, because Vuk's wrestling it, if you'll allow Ed and you wrestle it and suddenly it seems sort of, and then you realise that you should stop putting pressure on. As you do, the weight of it snaps it in half and it shatters in the midriff and collapses. Frozen relatively solid. The other one looks very, very badly hurt and very, very unhappy, but it is not dead yet.
And then I'm just gonna, because I've now got the explosive in my bag, I'm just gonna sort of hide behind the pillar again.
There's only 1 left, so you can just go nope and try and avoid it as much as possible. Etelis, it's your turn. There's only 1 left.
Is this the one that I hunters marked?
You hunters marked the one on Uslam, so yes, this is the one you hunters marked.
Shoot it!
Well, yes, I shall.
You can move hunters mark with the bonus action, can't you? It's not.
Yeah, no, it was just that was my point. Do I have to move it? But
no.
Did I get it?
Dunno.
Yeah, it's a 20. No,
hits.
not.
It's got 9 hit points.
Well, I'm hoping that I will get that then. Yeah.
With the hunter's mark as well, I think it's pretty. Yeah,
likely.
So, 15 damage.
Cool. How would you like to remove it?
So I think if it's still kind of it's now menacing Cleo,
Correct.
but it's just like nope. So it's very much a kind of try and locate a particularly soft spot maybe on it.
It's
and
relatively squish. Its movement is what gives it its high AC more than any kind of strong.
Caiaphas or anything, yeah.
Armor.
Okay. Well, I'll get a joint that I think might be holding it up, and then I'll just aim for that, shoot it, so that as it goes in, it kind of has the effect of going in and through, but also knocking it away at the same time. So it kind of falls to the side.
Okay.
And maybe a little bit shattered.
As you knock and fire, you'll go for the leg, basically, and as you do, it will the arrow will twist the entire leg out, and as it does, it will twist and fall quite heavily forward. It doesn't shatter entirely, but as it falls, there's a horrible as it hits the ground, and it's still breathing, but it's very shallow breathing, and it's not, put it this way, it's dead, but in game terms, it's still, in RP, it's still like, it's dying, and it's, unless someone gives it medical attention pretty fast, it's going to be very dead very quickly.
Okay, good news. I found the crystal. I've got the crystal. It's in my bag. We should go.
We should go. That's a very good idea. Well done, everyone. I think we're all right.
Sorry.
Trying to go up to Cleo, go, you really, really matter. I'm going to keep telling you
Okay,
that.
awesome. That's lovely. But like, when we're back on the ship, please, because if they leave us behind, it will not matter.
They're not going to... They're not going to leave us behind. But yeah, let's go. Just.
No, everyone else is more important. We should go. I'll just. It doesn't matter if I leave a trail of blood, does it? There's nothing to follow.
I will help with that, and I will put my hand on her shoulder and the cure wounds.
Lola, just to check, when you were saying sorry, were you saying sorry to the dying creature? Yeah. You do vaguely get back a food.
I'm like, oh no.
Do it.
Yeah, do it, please, because it would be.
I just kind of want a good berry, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, and I'll pop a good berry next to it, or like in its mouth. I don't know.
But well,
what are you doing?
No.
Hey, look, it wants food, and a good berry will satiate it.
I spit the wad of blood from my mouth. I'm like, fine, okay.
It's stuck where it is for 1 minute. We need to go.
Yeah,
right.
Then you will get a very vague.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It can't be appreciative, Etulus. We've got to go.
Yes, it can.
Are you telling me that we could literally have just given them all good berries and then gone?
Potentially.
Well, possibly. It was hungry. We need to go.
You all matter. Let's go.
I'm losing a lot of blood. We should walk now.
Who healed you?
Yeah, I got. Well, it was for 5. But
Let her be a drama queen.
I will say, for everyone's benefit, they would have attacked anyway because their choice food is meat. You couldn't have convinced them to not fight you.
Okay.
Here's a good berry. I want steak. Yeah,
exactly. But this one will be very appreciative of your gift, and it is a nice thing to do. I mean, that's a very kind way.
So it doesn't die.
It doesn't die. It's learned its lesson.
And it's
left alone with the bodies of its friends.
Yeah.
Much better.
Oh, Mum and Dad, please.
Oh no! Why would you?
Oh, we saved the baby.
You just made definitely not Albert Batman. That's what happened. Good, right?
Well,
no, you know what? And
No.
You're this creature's Joe Chill. Accept it. Accept it.
Okay.
As we're heading back, so when I picked up the crystal, I just had this feeling that like if we had more crystal and we didn't need it like right now, I might be able to use it to do more powerful magic. So maybe we should go find our own crystal at some point.
Okay, sounds like a.
It's also really volatile.
Right. I'm thinking, therefore, we shouldn't use it in a confined space.
Or maybe we don't use it for magic?
I want to see what happened.
But we could.
I think Astel's rubbing off on you.
That's
I
not a
haven't
bad
been
thing.
rubbing off on anybody.
We had that talk already.
I don't understand.
And we could just try it and see. And if it's too dangerous, we'll just put it back where it was, and never touch it again. Because that's how that stuff works, right? You can just stop. You can stop at any point.
Any point. We can just sell it. We can just probably sell it if we find some. That'd be a good idea.
All right. As you're running back through the forest, who's got the highest passive perception?
It's definitely not me.
14?
15 for Cleo, isn't it?
14.
14 as well?
15 for Atlas.
15 for Atlas,
13.
sorry. 13. I thought it was Atlas. Cool. Atlas, you can hear gunfire up ahead.
Oh, we should hurry because this sounds like they're in a fight.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's okay, I'm really healthy.
Oh.
We'll chuck you a good berry, but it's just 1 hit point.
I'm still bloodied, but it's closer.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were bloodied when I hid behind you.
I was 1 point off bloodied when you hid behind me.
How is everyone doing hit point wise? Like, who looks the worst?
Oh, I'm full.
Cleo looks numerically just under half health.
Okay, and Aslam, how many you got?
I am definitely under half.
Okay, I'll lay on hands, Aslam.
Again,
It's not lay on hands because I'm not a paladin, so it's not lay on hands, but it is some sort of divine healing.
What's the glow? You still have heroism cast on yourself, so it's still the same glow, and heroism lasts a minute, so it'd still be going.
Yeah, you get 8 hit points back.
With some flinches, because usually this isn't good for him, and it's like, oh, actually, thank you. That's much appreciated.
I've got 8 good berries, so I'll probably save like 3, just in case people need quick bringing up. But like, I will also kind of chuck them to each of you or hand them quickly.
What's
It's not
your
very
insight, Oslo?
Passive or is 13.
There is a definite, like, Astle is upset by you flinching.
Oh, dear.
We do not need to address this right now.
Justin wants to, and then looks at the two and is like, how am I going to upset Ashlis and Vuk? as the hex still sort of floats around my hand. I'm like,
Sure. As you move through the trees, you get out into the clearing. The ship is exactly where you left it. Next to it are Haps and Prif, both lying on the ground.
Oh, shit.
You have no idea what's up with them. Standing at the edge of the cliff face is your pterodactyl friend, looking a lot worse for wear, but also fully hale and hearty again. Like,
I killed him!
yes, you did, and in this world, death doesn't matter. Of
course. And he can fly.
And he can fly. And in one hand, he is holding Captain Anteri's body.
Body?
Body, limp and not moving. And as you walk into the clearing, he will turn around, grin at you all horribly, and throw them off the edge. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Great. Wow.
Olé.
One cliffhanger to another. Like,
I think we're all pirates now.
That was brutal. That was amazing.
On the plus side, like, it's our ship now.
Oh my god, the body's not even landed!
You know what? Coretta is still on the ship. Maybe, possibly.
They can't kill Coretta. Hopefully. Oh god, you can kill ghosts. Oh no. Oh dear.
Anyway, so we'll pick up next time. Sure, it'll be fine.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Brutal.
Well, so they were only holding the captain, so only the captain's got over. Or have they kicked the others over? Okay.
I can't
Captain
feel
never
that
got
sad
to
about the
apologise.
captain. The captain was rude.
And if there's anything we hate more, it's being rude.
Rude is the problem.
Okay.
Always.
Anyway. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us, everyone. You can watch this show. We're on at the moment every other week, so you can catch us on Mondays every other week on the channel, and on Tuesdays we're currently doing reruns of some of our olden but goldies. I think at the moment we're doing I think we're starting on Sea of Swords, so that's probably still running, so you can catch one of our first shows, Sea of Swords, currently on Tuesdays, and on Mondays it's us, and then one of the other shows going 1 week on, 1 week off. But yes, join us on Mondays, and yes, on Fridays we have Talk Together or Talking is a free action. You can join us for chat shows, chatting about this and other things that we do, and weird question, dungeon, storytelling, fun goodness. There's, I think, not sure who's on this week, but yes, do catch those relatively soon. Yeah, you can catch us on the socials as well. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
There you go.
Yes, we're on all of them. Tom, any TikTok updates?
Apart from it's getting banned by so many different countries. No, it's fine. Absolutely fine. Don't have it on your phone if you work for the government.
No, I mean, I thought our videos were being banned by different countries because you've had bans before for nothing, which I'm really confused by.
No, it's so weird. And then when they're like, "Oh, everything's fine," I'm like, "Then why did you ban it?"
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Hey ho, social media. Anyway, you can find us there, and we're also on Patreon if you wish to help us make all the shows that we do. Any support is greatly appreciated. Our D20 Club are marvelous, lovely people, and you can join them there. Thank you so much, all of you. You're all marvelous. Wonderful. Massive thank you to all our sponsors and supporters, as always. And yeah, see you in a couple of weeks. Bye bye, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh dear.